Hello guys, today PUBG Player Cup in day 2 from matches 5 to 8 and 8 of 8 of championship for EMEA. So let's go guys, let's start. I'm waiting 30 minutes. .30 minutes more. So it was yesterday in the beer clan is winning 2 match. Yeah, and the Labird. I'm watching the Labird now. 1 second. I don't know where is my Labird. Yes, so now here's the Labird, guys. Just 1 second, if I'm not wrong. Right, I'm not sure. Team Falcons is not playing right now. Race Clan. I don't know the place clan is playing. Yeah, No, okay. Ciao. Here's the leaderboard, guys. So, Victor, so, in case points, Nactus, Twisted, Game, DK, BB, Slam G, Feud, Fairy, Phase, Bushido. I don't know the Bushido playing. Maybe yes, as yesterday. Ascent, 100 ADR. Yeah, still leaderboard of the from yesterday. I don't know. It said March 24, and end date is December 31. Don't know if it's real or not, but I'm not sure. This is the week 10 maybe. Yeah, I found it. I found it. This is the week 10, guys. So this is the actually the leaderboard of the EMEA Cup. Beerfellas, Slam G, Win, RDR, GN, Ascend, BR, BLFF, VM, VNW, VVCD, Fight Night 7 Gaming, GVN, Trivad, and Full Rush. Full Rush don't have a kill, so the 7 Gaming is yesterday making a really good match from yesterday. So yeah, VVCD have a really good position, but they wiped up so fast by sandwiches. So yeah, it's 5 more minutes, and I hope so there are no technical issue or something like that, or not map soft. So yeah, I need to save this one. Save this one. So yeah, so Bear Fellas is win too much, as I know. So and the win in the win clan have they played only 3 members because the third one is disconnected. It might be Gedrox is disconnected from yesterday in 2 matches or 3 matches. So the clan only 3 member playing uh, from yesterday. What we watching yesterday, 3 members in the clan. So always -1 guy in the team. So and this is the good start. Number 3 in the placement here. Slam G is really good, intense gameplay made yesterday. So RDR also, GN GN also good playing yesterday, so they are top ones. So yeah, I'm really satisfying in VVCD and the 7 gaming too. But today we accept maybe more of those plans. So yeah, we're just waiting.
Bandages and medkits. All these machines still have their chance at a jackpot, so test your luck when you run into one. In addition to this, Erangel is also getting Tago's destructible pots. Breaking these has a chance to give boosts, healing items, throwables, and even secret room keys. So embrace your inner Link and smash away. And speaking of destroying stuff, destructible terrain and the red zone have made their way to Tago. As before, explosives and the Panzerfaust will alter the terrain they hit, adding a bit more realism to that big, cool explosion. We've also added the pickaxe to the map for those who'd rather dig their trench a little more discreetly. For now, destruction on Tago will only affect terrain, so don't worry about the building you're in caving down on top of it. And on the topic of discreetness, you can now find vehicle camo netting on Erangel and Miramar. Deploying the camo netting to your vehicle will help it to blend in with the terrain around it, making it harder for enemies to see while obscuring tire positions. We've also toned down C4 a little by making it a deployable weapon that requires 4 seconds to set. This adds a little more risk to the reward instead of it being used as a nuclear grenade. There's also a new survivor pass.
Just waiting. I don't know. I don't know. I can't use chat. Can't use.
So be sure to check out the patch notes for full details. Update 35.2 is here. So pack your favorite explosives and get ready for a little light terraforming on Tago. Just make sure you hide your getaway vehicles. We'll see you on the battlegrounds.
Welcome to the PUBG Players Tour. This year, we're introducing structured competitive play in third-person perspective mode for players of all ranks, levels, and ability. Here's how it works in EMEA and Americas. PUBG Players Tour competition is held in 2-week phases. Each week, you and your squad can compete in player scrims. Think of these as a great alternative to ranked play. Each day of scrims will feature a variety of maps, with defined team and lobby sizes to ensure a balanced best-of-3 rounds. Teams will earn points based on their performance, and daily leaderboards will track their progress. When the scrims are over, the top teams will qualify for the PUBG Players Tour Cups, where they will be joined by up to 10 invited teams, featuring some of the best players in the region.
So the match 5 on Miramar, the match 6 is Tago, and the match 7 is Rondo, and the match 8 in Erangel.
8 teams from each of the 2 cups will engage in fierce competition for a huge prize pool in each region across the PUBG Players Tour season. And for times when a Players Masters isn't scheduled, you can still get your PUBG Players Tour fix with Super Cups. These work just like Masters events, where again, 16 teams, 8 from each of the 2 previous Players Cups, compete for a share of the total cash prize pool. Welcome to the PUBG Players Tour. You know the game. Be a player.
Let's go! It's day 2 of the PUBG Player Cup, and we've got 4 more games left for you to compete at before we can decide who our next 8 are going to be going through to the Super Cup. I'm joined by the amazing co-o. I'm Mark Power. Welcome in. I'm still trying to get my head around yesterday, because yesterday was quite explosive. We thought there was going to be some lulls at the beginning, but it wasn't the case, co-o. It was just aggression, and some people had some big kills on the board. One team out of the RS put multiple winners underneath their belt with the beer fellas.
Yesterday was a huge surprise in many ways to me. I'm not surprised at all that Winner did well. I'm not surprised that Slamg did well. But the fact that the beer fellas are walking away with 3 chicken dinners is crazy, right? And then at the same time, we had an Ascend, very flat for 3 games, winning the last one, salvaging the day. So the winners of the games, I would say, were in
Here was the big mistake.
Insane amount of kill points gathered.
Yeah, I don't know if you had the chance to chat to the guys. I was in Björn's stream today, and I was talking to him like big games the other day, and he was like, "We were just not happy with our performance."
Lucky grenade.
So
Yeah.
Ascend obviously do put it out in the last game. I think that is critical. But back to your point, the beer fellas, I think they were shocked they got 3 wins as well. The first one was kind of in the right place. The second one was a little bit stronger when it comes down to closing out, and then we saw the third game and. Again, playing the angles really, really well, and obviously it went down to that 1 versus 1, and they're able to get the conversion. So I think they'll take it, but I don't think they were expecting the amount of wins that they got compared
So
to
we play from yesterday.
The Slam Gs of this world that were trying to conquer as many kills as they could, and arguably taking a very aggressive stance across the road to also try and get the win.
Yeah, a different approach to the games, I would say, especially if you want to go back and look at the Rondo, BFLs were basically chilling for the entirety of the game, but I'm not faulting them for it at all because they were in one of the best spots. They were doing the right thing, but they had quiet games in the first Miramar and in the third Rondo, so they weren't popping off, and they didn't have to pop off like crazy
again, yes.
in their games. They still got 19 frags. That's still super, super solid. That would still put them as, I think, 5th in the lobby, 4th in the lobby.
Yeah.
But obviously, where they really, really shine is the placement points.
Let's talk about some of the shine of a player, and Levante Cunavini on the screen. There was a few of these players that actually really stood up above the rest. At this point, I definitely felt like Levante didn't deserve to win. Multiple teams crashing him in, but it doesn't matter what you threw at him. He refused to go down into the blue. But he wasn't the only one. There were players, individual stars. I took doing the same as well. Actually, I feel like getting used to this mode, getting used to this format, getting used to the TPP angles, and really exposing.
That was a big mistake there.
Get a win.
Yeah. I love to see Werzik pop off as well. I feel like it felt like he's played TPP. Especially, but for me, and a real eye-opener was their last hot drop on the Wrangle. Granted, they didn't play a great game. They ended up getting kept out of the circle. When he was breaching that building and he had a teammate put the enemy low, and he could have ran through that door, but he instantly like hip fired the doors off with the SMG before he went in. That felt like someone that is, you know, it's a fish in the water. That guy is feeling comfortable with where he is right now. And I think a lot of FPV pros do not have that level of confidence yet.
Yeah. This is going back to the old school. And I think, again, we're starting to see some of them start to work their way through. We've had players that have been very creative. We talk and look about the retired Pixel. He's always one that's been very creative when it comes down to this sort of format.
Yes,
as well.
TPP is more fun, I guess.
Some of those tricks.
Maybe it's more better than
the MG.
TPP.
So yeah, Beerfellas doing well. Slamgy obviously were very, very strong. But I do think it's worth a mention from them. A team that we expect to be going through. We are looking for a top 8, and they didn't have the best start, but they're able to convert at the very, very end. So I suppose my logic at the moment is the momentum for them should stay, and they've done potentially enough to qualify already, right?
Oh yeah, I would assume so. I would assume that everybody that's above the 30-point mark is qualified at this point, and that should be Slamgy in first, BFLS in second, Winner Die in third. We'll talk about the leaderboard when it comes to it. But there's a lot of teams who have basically kind of done the work. They just have to lock it in today, right? And that's a ton of teams on the scoreboard right now. We really only had Joven and Tridvaras, who didn't get a whole lot going yesterday. Everybody else got some points on the board and put themselves in a position to be fighting for qualification today.
Yeah, we're just getting an opportunity to actually look at that leaderboard, because we are, as I said before, we are looking for that top 8, and obviously Ascend with that last game did put them into that top 8 conversation. But it's pretty tight. We always talk about this. One game can change it.
That was the first one.
First match. If they have a good start today and they get a good 2 games out of this, they might be in a topic of conversation. And I'm quite surprised about 7 game, because historically they've been quite strong, especially in this format as well. But being unable to convert to a top 4, only getting kills, I think, again, they're going to be a team that's be slightly disappointed with what happened yesterday. I think the big question is now, can that team reset and catch up with the rest?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's plenty of chances still, however, right? I mean, if you're looking at this, 14 points in 8th, 19 points in 7th, 20 points in 6th. That's not far off for a winner chicken dinner, for a fight night, for a 7th gaming, whoever. And Ascend especially, I would say, they're looking okay on the leaderboard now, but like you said, they're not happy with their performance at all. And they got the vast majority of their points in that one singular game where the game ended in their compound. So Ascent isn't looking good right now, and that is fair to say. And if they don't step up from yesterday, then there's a really good chance that one of these teams on the right side of the scoreboard plays one good game, closes the gap, and clinches away the qualification.
The big thing for me, let's talk about Ascend a little bit more, because some people might have just joined in here for day number 2, not going to have the full picture. Obviously, Ascend, a lot of the players are in PNC. No surprise that we're rocking PNC jerseys because it does kick off next week. But a lot of that team obviously has gone over. Kili Kai's doing the IGL, and obviously we've seen him in action. And we spoke yesterday that for me, he's quite an aggressive player, but you were giving a bit more detail. Actually, he's kind of told where to point and shoot and go run down and make those plays. So there's an element of the IGL. Obviously, he has to sort of take the team on his shoulders, but then he's also got 3 other people which have done tryouts, and obviously they know the guys, right? But he's obviously having to also make the calls, but joysticking the rest of these teams.
I don't know, you hear the guy.
So there's a lot on his shoulders, though. There's a lot on his shoulders. He just needs to make sure, for me, he keeps at least 1 game or 2 games, and they should be going through. But they've got to play with this team, haven't they? They can only sub out, is it 1 person if they want to when it comes down to the Super.
Yeah, it's they gotta make do at this point, right? They gotta figure stuff out, because this is the last 4 games in this circuit that qualify you for the Super Cup. We are at the bottom. We are at the Player Cup 2. This is the second chance to make it to the Super Cup, and we are at the last day. So whoever gets top 8 today makes it to the Super Cup, where we will be playing for $5,000. Everybody wants to be a part of that. It's the best of 12. It's going to start on the 1st of August. So it's not that far off either. And yeah, everybody wants to get there, and Ascend would hate to miss out on that. So they gotta
10 days,
get their stuff together. We're gonna start
tournament
scrims
is
again
gonna
soon.
be
We're gonna start another circuit right after that Super Cup. That's gonna lead to a Masters, right? Even bigger numbers there. But for now, we're looking at qualification for the Super Cup.
As I said before, I really like this format. I really like how this works. You get 2 opportunities that you and your friends can kind of sign up. You get onto Challenger mode, you check your team in, you do best of 3s, you get as many points as you can, and you qualify through to this stage. This stage for me is kind of the first stage, where then you've got to kind of you'll be fighting against invited teams, and that's kind of where the level starts to increase. And then depending, as you say, Kyle, depending on the time of the year, is whether you're going to a Masters or a Super Cup. Obviously, they have difference in prize pool, and also difference in best of 8, best of 12 or best of 18, right? So obviously a 2 or a 3-day event. I do like it. But it is key for people to get signed up. This is the opportunity as well. If you think you've got what it takes to get to the circuit, there isn't that many left. You've got to have to get yourself signed up and get yourself involved. Back to the teams today. Obviously, we will be getting the lobby kicked off, though. There's a couple of other teams which are just on the outside. I want to talk a little bit about Winner Chicken Dinner Esports as well, because we saw them last week in week number 1. So they are a returning team. They went through the qualification again, Koa. And they missed a couple of games in week number 1. But they still really, really performed. They were just short, but they've come back week number 2. They've played all the games, but we've not seen that kind of spark that we would have expected. And I kind of would argue to say maybe last week's lobby was slightly harder as well, with some of the bigger names in. They just don't seem settled at the moment. I'll be very intrigued to see if they can convert in 4 games.
Yeah,
no FVP, guys. Only
it goes to show you
TPP
how hard it is
here
to be consistent, right?
this
It goes to
week.
show you that it's not that easy to just pull off the same thing you did last week. The lobby's different, their opponents are different. I think this was a very aggressive lobby yesterday. Teams were taking really good fights, and teams were really good at taking fights. Everybody at the top was fragging out. And again, there's no shame being on the right side of the leaderboard. I think, especially for a team that's this fresh to the circuit, right? Yes, we've seen them last week, but that was kind of the first time we've seen them around. If they make it to the Super Cup, I think that's a big upset. I think right now that left side of the scoreboard looks like a lot of teams that belong there. So you don't have to feel bad about being in a position to qualify, right? Because that's where they are. Yes, they didn't play as well as last week, but they're in a position to qualify here. They have a good chance to close it out today, and I think that is already an achievement.
Yeah, I think I'd also add the Vadim team to them as well. Just a name, obviously random, put together, but teams and players that we know. Expectations for me would be for them to get through as well. Now they've got to convert the games, and they've got to work through. The unfortunate side is you look at that left side of the leaderboard, because teams are going to drop out because of that, right? And you're right, everyone sort of over there already has a right to stay. There'd be the kind of teams that would expect, and especially that top side of that leaderboard, for me, they're locked in. Any above that 30-point mark, that's a lock-in for me anyway. So it's now going to be about, actually, do you know what? What can they do to try and get a couple of points here? And I think, like, because we saw a lot of explosive action yesterday. Now, What I worry is the teams on the left that have qualified, they've got to try and defend these teams off. But we've got teams that are looking to try and close their way in. And with organised chaos to a degree, it might come down to that last game like we saw last week.
Oh, I expect it to. It's a best of 8. It very often comes down to the last game. The leaderboard is very close at the moment. There might be some teams with standout performances that lock it in early, but I think a lot of teams are going to be fighting for probably sort of the 7th and the 8th spot especially. I think we're going to see some of the teams in good spots run away with it, and then we're gonna fight for spot 6, 7, maybe 6, maybe so only 7 and 8 until the last game for sure. This point format keeps things a little tighter because we just have less points, right? So things stay a little tighter until the very end, and a best of 8 is so short. I would be really surprised to go into game 8 with a really good idea of who's going to qualify. I think we're going to keep guessing until the very end.
I'll tell you what, let me put you on the spot then. I'm going to give you a guess. Let's start with Ascend. Do you think Ascend how are going to be able to do with the 3 super subs? Are they going to be able to keep above a top 8 at the moment? You don't need to go look at the stats and facts. Just give me your thoughts and feelings. I know you're looking at that leaderboard. Oh, there
Ascend,
you go. Production throws
thank you, production. Well. Ascend is currently 7 points ahead of Winner Winner Chicken Dinner Esports. They are currently 7 points ahead of not qualifying. I think that they will bring it home, and I think it's going to be quite close. I would expect Ascend to stay in that 7th to 8th spot, but if they play one good game,
GR,
or 2 or 3 decent ones,
GN and AD are in the same points, so they need to be really rushing
to stay in that top 8. But I'm more sure that it's going to be close than I am sure that
they need to be so rushed here, and the win is going to be bring the second place. If the fourth people is not disconnecting, so yeah.
It's match number 5, day number 2, and it is the final run of this circuit. Flight path though for this one is a west, pushing a southwest across towards a east-southeast, so very much favouring the low side of the map, the southern side, as we go over Los Leones. Observers back. We found the plane. Here we go, though.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
So proud of himself. So proud of
himself.
Okay, next time, start it closer to the plane.
2 teams going for Apozo, 1 team going to Valdemar, and
plane path if you're a southern team.
Maybe again, lot of people, lot of clans is flying Los Lunas.
Ascend has already flexed into
2, 3 team in Pacaido,
usually a water treatment team.
Pacado, something.
Here
whatever, I'm not the Mexican.
We like their dropping water treatment as well. I think it's well. I know historically they kind of jumped out early and went to the corners, right?
2 clan in Impala.
Majority of the time, water treatments give or take.
And 1 clan going to Resort. And 3 or 4 people in those levels. Well, 2 or 4. 3 or 4 clan, I guess.
Once they get to that end game,
yeah.
They can do that conversion and get those wins. So, good.
1 clan in Graveyard. Yeah.
I do feel like for me,
1 team in Graveyard.
a team that
2 team in Pacado. So the ring is so nice. Not so long. So let's see what's going on.
A bit scrappy. I definitely feel like go next.
ADR only 3 people.
They did hang around here for quite a long time before having that rotation in as well. So we'll have to see if
Such
early engagement like we saw yesterday.
That's such.
I think everybody's had situations in life where you have some unfortunate neighbors. Maybe they get a little bit too close. Maybe their tree grows over your fence. You know, that's the stereotype. German neighbors getting angry at things. Los Leones, you can share it. It works, but it's not comfortable. It's not nice. You gotta be on your toes a little bit too much. You don't really have the vehicles you would want to. It's not really a good time, Mark.
And again, this obviously we're in the CPP format. We see FPP formats where we have 3 teams in here, no problem. And we've seen TPP hot drops in smaller towns and just not get aggressive in any way, shape, or form. It becomes this kind of lukewarm. I've been
GN also in Los Leones.
always find an early engagement. Is it to do with the cars? Is it to do with the zone? I'm not quite sure. I like that 100 ADR are starting to move out.
Wow, nice shot.
Gaming, as I mentioned, they need a big
Bad shot.
game, at least today.
7 gaming.
It's a connection, but now he's taking a
Against
huge shot.
FaZe.
A great shot, puts him back into cover. Now he takes the opportunity to
Uh-huh.
move in safety.
Me?
That must feel bad. Connecting the bolt.
Wow,
Getting-
nice shot.
Connects another one.
Jeez.
That's
Keep
100
in your
damage
hands,
right
stop
there.
swapping over.
Yeah. This is feels bad to get the connection and then not get the knock. It's not easy.
Ooh. Wow.
He just needed a distance.
Wow.
What's this guy on?
These guys are too close. Leave the AK. Drop the AK. You don't need it
That's
anymore.
it's nice shot.
He's drawn him into
You need to run him back, but that's not
that
possible.
distance knock. They've got to think about how they get the res here. 7 gaming now starting to collapse. You can see the reinforcement.
They're pushing it.
To run. He's going to get the information that he's now sitting behind the red trader.
Oh God.
Shot goes through. Doesn't get a connection, but Groan's already there. He's applying the pressure.
They flanking left.
Collapsing in.
Wow.
I love it. I love the aggression. I love closing this out. I said this so many times before. In this point format, you find an early fight and you find a good fight, you want to take it. And just like that, they know they have a 3v1 here. Grinix is now
4.
going for the flush. So they couldn't really figure out which way they wanted to take this first. Now he's trying to go for that flush. Now he's already doing the damage. But they have isolated this.
Show it.
Messy engagements here, Mark. They're not going for a 3v1 anymore. They're now going for a 1v1, a 1v2, and another 1v1. So this could go wrong still.
No way, bro. Wow.
Oh, okay, so
Nice.
to the right side. They tried to close the angle, running around the outside, but get exposed. Grown now with the long distance mini sprays the 5.56, but no connection, just whistles past the ear. And now it's a 2 versus 1 in this compound as well. So be careful. They have divided, but will
Grenade.
conquer? That's
Bad
the big
grenade.
question.
Wow.
He tries to go in the building. Come back and try to find the angle.
No way.
Just like
No
that.
way.
And flush. Now down to a 1v1 against Groan. They already thought he was in the building. Then they thought he left, but they never really got the right idea. And Kazoo's flushed on the other side as well. This started so well for 7G, but exactly what I was afraid would happen has materialized. It got messy. It's no longer clean. They're suffering casualties.
Thing is now for fight night, he hasn't got the helmet, so he obviously wants 7G to kind of fall on his sword, but him now being the solo player, if he remains here, 7G just going to collapse this way, right? We can see there's a third party coming in from a distance, but he won't be fully aware of that. 7 Gaming won't be fully aware of that either. So he has to take
Nice.
the fight. That's the right call. Unfortunately for
Nice
him, though,
call.
Groan does tuck in and confirms it out. And bad rotation, make a pretty good rotation into a third party, but unfortunately for them, with the dance happening a little bit further away, 7 Gaming already had to disengage and play back towards the west.
They need to rest the team,
Our
mate.
rotation is here, but they're here very
Yes.
late. They are here. Oh, Grinix, you don't want to be doing that damage. They are here very late. Instant replay on that bolt shot.
The
I don't know
shot
how
is
that connects.
crazy.
He flicks it up the last second. Absolute belter of a shot. Opens up the fight, puts them in the spot. Now bad rotation. Oh, Grinix.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother, you were already
No.
safe. You were already good. He's gonna just make it out.
I lost.
But surely bad rotation understand that they're going for this blue chip tower, and surely they know it's a 4v2.
Yeah, they should be getting a kill feed read. I'm surprised they're not repositioned up towards that sort of north side to catch this rotation, but he's bouncing with the devil slightly there with those car rotations. They are going to have to try and play back.
BR is there.
They would have seen that car go. Groan's running this way. He's now going to get the information. Now sees the cars rotating in behind him. So information has been gained. Grinix has a limited amount of time to get that recall back. He's fully aware. He's got a team collapsing on him.
I don't even know if you stick it. Yeah,
No,
Wow.
I don't think you stick it at all. I think you got to reposition. You got to get yourself in a spot where you think you can take the fight. He does just that. He wants to get that opening knock, and he's let them go through. He's looking for a third, maybe looking for the fourth, but they're going to swarm in. They're going to outnumber him. This is going to be almost undoable. And just like that, immediately punished. The blue chip's no longer in the right hands. Groan, he does a bit of damage, but what can you do? He's in the middle of a field. He's got no car, no vehicle, nothing to do here. And it doesn't matter if you can blue chip revive, if you don't have numbers, if you don't have control of the situation, this is what happens to you. And I love that BR realized. I love that BR rotation said, hey, we don't let this guy get the res ever. We just go and we take that 4v1, we take that 4v2 if it's a 4v2.
GVN is
Early fights are
still
easy,
there.
early points are easy. Let's go.
Yeah. And that's part and parcel of the change-up, right? So for those, again, that might be understanding why I talk about differently about points. For the win now, you only get 5 points. I call it half-price chicken dinner, right? But you're looking for a top 4 scenario. So that early engagement or bad rotation done was key, and you can even see they're chasing down the final player of 7. Put the map. Exclamation mark map on to the chats. That'll get you towards that link to go to watch that one, and there we see some gaming going down. They've gone down with 4 points though. That there arguably is not a bad game. Them, yes, they've gone out quite early. Yes, not going to be.
GN is going to push in left.
I mean, 4 points is 40% of what they got yesterday, right? They ended the day on 10. So that's how much an early fight can give you. We said Ascend is kind of on the cusp. They're kind of on the cutoff. The real cutoff was 14 points. So that's literally just slightly above 4 points a game, right? So this is not a terrible game for 7G, of course. But the problem is you gotta be a little bit better than average if you're the one.
Wow, those shots, bro.
And the math is mathing.
Change the mini, bro.
Again, they've got to be reliant now on the teams that are already qualified to hoover up as many points as they can. If we see a Slam G get huge amounts of kills or win or die, etc., it's going to be in their favour. But they do have to keep a higher average than everybody else. Lose one. Or die. Fortunate by the sandstorm. Trying to hold the angle. Dom's going to be able to get.
Yeah, in win 4 guys.
Team, which definitely had a good day number 1 compared to last week. Now also pushing towards this way. So 100 ADR is in the next bowl over. They are looking down towards Baka. Extended out very much on this sort of east side. Most teams, give or take, are in the centre, waiting for the zone now to pop. Plays back towards that sort of northwest area, which is dangerous. It doesn't give or take donuts up here. I'm going to put Ricardo into a big question. One of the biggest things, the change of this latest update here, Koa, is that big stadium that sits in the southwest corner. It blocks a lot of line of sight, especially to those hills in front. So we've seen plays there where actually they've used that to their advantage, kind of play their way through. It gives them an extra stepping stone when leaving Ricardo. So I'm intrigued to see if it plays back that way. I'd love to see that stadium take effect, should we say.
PUBG would love that. Love to get some promotion on the Espa collab, but we'll see. For now, it's a little bit down to the southeast. When I get their flush, they're second of the game.
GN is there.
Die, right? They frag and they frag and they frag and
They're coming right in the
circle.
circle.
Melman's pulling up, saying hello. And he's going to hear this car coming in. Does he know there's already a player there? That's the question. But he sees that car parked as well. So he should have a very good idea of what's going on.
Yeah, moment. You know, he's got the depth of knowledge to understand.
The car.
Secondary car as well. They would have heard the initial car coming as well.
They hearing
the
car.
Parking the other side. Moment.
Bad decision.
I think if those scouting a little bit ahead.
Are they moving? Are they moving in the west? I guess.
Compound. They are moving. An element of
Misses shot.
Good to see them not fully commit here. They don't really have to. Not sure how they're gonna work out from this. Belief, I mean. And Vadim, good spot. Belief, on the other hand. Now 4-man in the rainbows. They decide to play it safe. Again, not take unnecessary aggression here.
There is one not there.
They gotta either go west, maybe take.
We don't see that.
Or maybe try and push away.
Beer clan there for going to rescue.
Usually not gonna be enough to be playing a good game here. You really rely on the circles.
Come on, dude. What's you doing there?
Belief is very. I suppose they had the players that don't know him. He collapsed in that way. I thought they would have committed to that compound, especially with just the one car putting up a Melman at the time. So wait and see. From phase number 2 to 3, we might go back towards those rainbow compounds. And
Who is this sniper guy?
Being lucky enough at the end. Melman.
Jason Bourne.
Climb up to the elevation. I think that comes as a reward though for this compound if they want to. Manactive further back. He's got elevation behind him as well, so it will split out though. Vadim's spots.
Too far to judge.
In that southwest corner.
It's too far.
Rotate past Joven. What makes it way into Chimsera?
Maybe 400 more meters. Into DMR.
Still involved with this. Player's just gonna hear that car coming.
Players there.
He's got a Lynx. I think they're looking to go for the blue chip here. But Laios is still lurking around. Winadai hasn't let them go. I think they kept tabs on them. They kept eyes on them the whole time. Now that's one blue chip.
We don't
and
know.
Laios is camping the second one. The second player died on the road, I do believe. Yeah.
Yeah, because
he's going to spot them coming. And he's going to try to nail them here, Mark.
This is a playbook by Win or Die. This is the one team that I've seen this happen multiple times.
Wow, nice.
Shot, Win or Die bag another free kill from a play box. This team, 2, 3, I think maybe 4 times I've seen them do this now successfully as well. So be very careful. Might need to do a bit more homework, especially if you get knocked by Win or Die before going back for the blue chips.
I love it. Just using the new mechanics to full effect, right? We've seen a lot of reses get
VVC
pulled
D.
when they maybe shouldn't.
They fighting there in the right side.
Because nobody's
Near
really playing against them.
Baka.
Winadai is playing against them. Winadai is punishing, and I love it.
Additional kills on the board, so they'll be happy. There's 2 chips there, that's what I'm saying. How bad now put himself in a position to try and catch. They're also going to get their car. Maybe say about the disengagement. It could have an impact. He gets a connection.
Wow. Supply drop gun.
Chips himself. What I think he doesn't know is that Laios has just repositioned himself. And he's just said, hey, hell of my bad, take on the helm. Wait for these guys to come out. But phase 3, Blue will tick slightly more. They might want to try and catch him a little bit further in, or maybe go hold out one of the recall systems.
I really thought Halamabad was just going to camp the car here. I think he could have maybe gotten himself eyes on the vehicle, not on the player, but on the vehicle.
Oh my god.
Hold that thought for a bit.
Go on the res, bro.
Doing similar things over here.
He dead.
Trying to keep Joven out.
It's gonna be bleed off.
Sandstorm's going to slow them down. The third party's going to make things worse. They don't even see where they're being
What's
shot
the
from because
luck
the
there,
sandstorm,
bro?
Somebody else is seeing in. They have to pull back for a second. They're going to let that res go through.
Age was good. Did go for the car, went over the top of their shoulder.
2v2 right now.
So there was 2 holding. They have a bit of.
Come on.
To a degree, but one good nade here.
Oh my god.
Airburst he wants. Arctic does put down the distance. MK.
Push it, push it.
Joven who took the longer rotation in here.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god.
Take the main. Slam G, they are farming. Fortunately for Joven, they've taken a fall.
Berg's just not
The guy's killing himself by jumping down the
gets the nade in.
the hill.
The rest should still come through, but Slamgy's a little disjointed again. Very aggressive from them, right? It's what we used to see, and they're very spread apart. But one good piece of util could have sealed the deal there. It might be too little too late now. I think Turkish Bay, he's been contained. He's not longer a huge threat. It's a little dicey for Slamgy.
Just to see them recording go ahead. So, got players back. Where do you land? Suppose you're going to go to the outside edge. Chimisera might be.
Uh-oh.
Win is coming. Win is coming, and they're gonna be punished them.
The danger here. Will die. They have to try and draw.
Oh my god, what a chaos there, bro.
C4 in hand from Burn.
Wow.
Be careful here. Levante needs to get the med back on as quickly as he can. Jedrox trying to hold off though, but third party coming in also from the
Jedrox is a little bit wounded. There is the kill confirmed. He knocked. Wow, Levante. What are you doing, bro?
Barely even pulling up.
It's 2 team there. And he's still outside.
So they have, you could say, consolidated. They've gotten some points at least,
Wow.
but now they're stuck outside the garage. Winadai is going to come out to nade as soon as they can. This is messy stuff.
What are you doing outside, bro?
Changed hands. He just needs to put on the
Oh,
outside
yes.
edge is exactly going to do it. He just put it on the outside edge and play back to the other side of the Petro garage. The only thing I worry about is how explosive that Petro garage is going to be. They have the opportunity. Come down the Dorito that can provide some covers. They are in the bowl now here, so not taking third-party action though from Beer Feathers, and there's a lot of other chaos happening. More teams.
Flash is not there. You want to do the plant.
Where to place the C4.
Wow. Who is this guy?
It's going to force him back around to the north.
Come on,
They're
Layers.
swinging around now. They're gonna get
Go
so
back.
aggressive, and they're gonna walk into some of them here. I don't think they can run away far enough. Would probably expect them to wrap around the gas
Run?
station. They think they can create enough distance. Keely puts out the smoke. Neeks in a smoke himself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's well enough.
played.
Well done. Read the situation correctly.
Good
I
try.
thought they'd have to swing around, but they have more experience with the C4 than I do, and they realize we can just keep our cool. We put out the smokes. We take our time. We live.
I love how it's changed. It came in from a sense, but well played on both
Wow.
sides. You want to be able to try and use it, try and figure out the best location for it, and then obviously for Ascend to understand that that could be the player.
EDR is wiped out the bad rotation.
Ascend just on the outside more.
VR.
Crashing Melman having a look as well as he's come back in on the other side of the road. A lot more teams centralising up on this sort of position. And live round here conveniently. Down to these teams that are on the
Come on,
outside edge,
bro.
the Beer Feathers of this world that have a little bit of elevation. They can punish, but for how long? That's going to be down to the zone.
Come on, you can shoot. You can shoot
Not the
it.
outcome.
Nice. Come on.
6
Nice.
caught as well. All bleeding out. All dying to the zone.
Good call.
Wexner himself as well. Full rush. They get the reses in, but just getting the reses is not enough, especially when the reses are so late. Winner Die is now on the sweep. They spot Ascend. The Utah comes over. Neeks is
Ooh.
surely going to go down. Keely has to pull the 1v2.
Has to take the fight. He looks to punch his way through.
Wow.
Has to get one, 'cause he's
Wow. Oh my god, what's he doing?
He has the team on his shoulders. Now he has
Oh
his
my
team.
god.
He will claim win or die. A couple more points, a couple more steals, and Ascend survive out here. And
Wow.
the opportunity to go that
What's he doing? 1v2.
to try and stay up as a solo.
What a play from Keely. Not even the observer trusted him to have this one.
He was in a good spot. He was in a good spot. 50,
Folded shields are
50.
so good, man. Folded shield is so good. In TPP, even better. Love to see it. I still think Vadim will have a good idea about this, so whenever they want to, they can breach the gas station, but regardless, right? That's a massive stand for Keely. I think that's, what was that, 5 kills for him already? 5 kills for Ascend. This is exactly the kind of games they needed. This is exactly the kind of points they needed. Lovely stuff.
Good hope. Big change, Rads. And again, a bit of a boost of momentum, right? It's got to G you up.
Gian is gonna be pushed.
They've got to go working their way forward. It is a full sweep. The cars move in.
Wow.
The
Oh
next
my
one.
god.
There's one. There's two. The third one makes it into the compound now, past the observers, and he's taking it down. A hope all the way. He's actually getting trapped in as the rest of the boys are trying to stop him moving.
I love it. I love the body block, but...
Good night. Oh.
Oh, what? That does nothing?
That
Oh,
was
it must
luck.
have past the car a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, the car blocks it all. That's huge. Another nade comes back, though. This one looks good. This one
Oh,
looks mighty fun.
wow.
Puts him on his knees. Paidaro's last
His
one.
nasty
He's
grenade.
gonna get the first set off ASAP, but Waifu has another one cooking. And he unleashes, and he
Oh my
lands it. Yes.
god.
Hope for Waifu.
Nice.
Best name in the lobby, best nades in the lobby. Keeps his team in it.
2 grenade and the
Minute.
team is wiped out.
Wait and see.
Windim is alive in full squad.
He moved into his position quite early on.
Guy's crazy.
He's got a little bit more of a staging ground here, right? They're going to wait for this next zone to sort of move and
We still don't have
commitment's gonna be
kills.
big. We have to keep their cars
The,
alive.
the clan don't have a kill.
Things will finally have to slow down a bit. All the winning spots now occupied. All the teams that wanted to go for a fight have gone for a fight. Phase 6 is going to tell us a bit about where this game ends. But we've already seen a few solos pull off massive stuff for their teams here, Mark. Winner, chicken dinner, Ascend. They both need these points so badly.
Oh, what a play
The
for
circle ends just on the other side of the gas station.
Slam is there too.
Not bad for BFLers either, but I do feel like SlamG is going to clean up that side of the zone, Mark.
Yeah. Well, we want a chicken dinner. Really are. They're going to look towards the sort of west now, aren't they? Ascend. Is someone going to crash into them? Don't think so. Not yet, anyway. I think especially for them, we're going to see the boys and him just sort of hold tight as well. I think the attention should be on the west now. Should be on where these teams are going to play in. And BFLers, they are taking the aggressive stance. They are playing down towards SlamG. I think that's the right play. 100 yard. They're the variable for me. Where did they go? Did they maybe look down towards that gas station, make an aggressive crash? Have they been reading the kill feed correctly? Or do they try and
Wow.
teams are conjugated together? I have to wait and see what they do. They're a bit of a wild card for me at the moment.
I think they'll have to play. They'll have to play towards the gas station. I think that is the straightforward play. And they don't even have to breach it. They can just slow play it. Use the low ground. Don't
Bad
get shot by the rest
shoots.
of the server.
Bad shots.
Make that play. If they want to come across the road, they could. Across the road, excuse me. But
Nice.
they're putting themselves under the eyes of SlamG there, which is something they just don't have to do. They can just win the north side of the road. And that's going to get them probably 2 more eliminations. And then maybe a placement point or 2. So I would love to see ADR just play it slow on the north side of the road here.
See if they can play it slow.
Sunflower is shooting the air, bro.
Zone, no need for them to move.
What's he doing?
Obviously, we'll be looking at that as an option for them to cross over. They'll be able to pop the smokes and get a bit of momentum behind the cars, but no need to overcommit just yet. Back to 100 ADR. Well, they've got to make a play, and I think the play towards the gas station is the one, or at least stopping this bowl here and waiting this next zone out. That's going to be quite dangerous for them. We're not in chicken dinner. That solo could cause issues if it gets the right angle with the smoke wall behind. They're going to be fully aware, so there's no surprise attack from him. Not just yet. That level 3 vest might play a big factor a bit later.
Oh. Spots Opium Sad Kid. Does he catch him?
Want to kill him?
On the move on out? Probably not. Don't think that car is really accessible to him, but... Oh, I see these scenes, Mark, and I'm shaking a little bit. I'm a little bit worried for ADR, but with that smoke coming out, okay, they're not going to put full focus over towards him. No secret nades coming their way. And I don't think cooking these nades is going to do him any favors either. He needs all the max range he can get.
Oh.
Yeah, oh god, if you didn't cook that could have bounced.
Almost.
That could be dangerous. They were seeing him coming over.
Almost.
That smoke ball a little bit further back. Good hold from them. That was a danger for 100 ADR. They can now just sit, wait, and watch.
You need to put the smoke a little bit farther, and he can throwing the grenade more deeper.
Try and move as well, and then Vadim, when did they move? When did they cross over? Could be an explosive run towards the petrol garage. SlamG, they look to obviously get themselves into the outside edge of zone, and believe they're going to try and stop any more momentum, any more early shift as they get rid of the tires.
2 nades in hand. They're thinking about it. Could have a pretty good idea about where SlamG
Wow.
is. Honk it down. Hickses finds a good one. And Keely is cooking up something with a C4 here. Not sure what the plan is. I think he's waiting for the push to come on out, and then he's trying to blow them up. He's waiting for them to get close. Maybe retreats back into the gas station after he puts on the
100%.
C4.
100% that's his play. You know it is the extended rulebook 101. Cheeky play. They've got to come
Bro is holding the C4 in the
and then the whole team blows up.
gas station, in the petrol station.
It's gonna be hard to pull off. I feel like anything with a stationary C4 is quite hard to pull off. The really, really crazy plays are the moving C4s, right? You put it on a vehicle, you send it into someone. It's so insane. You send it into someone who's cooking 3 nades at you. That might not go so well. Belief trying to get out of their compound.
No way.
Barely cruise on through. Now they're in the open arms of SlamG, and SlamG has multiple angles. They've got a lot of players. This could be troublesome.
Could be troublesome. The play for me, what does Vadim do, right? 100 I just got a knock here, so there's a bit of delay. They're going to have to try and get the res back in. Do they play aggressive towards that petrol garage now? Do they try and follow with belief? as there's more zone on that south side. For me, the south would be more of a temptation option, but
Come on.
I want this fight to engage. That
Too
could
far.
be a huge
Too
nade.
far.
Oh, it doesn't quite the bounce. The second one gets closer. Blaze back away slightly. Well, Slam G start to apply the pressure.
Arm in the hands. The mighty Boostic. Could literally decide the game here. We have a few strong teams left to square off. Phase 8. We're gonna end south of the road. We're gonna push out ADR and Vadim first, and now is the time for Keely to make his move. I love it. Give it another 5 seconds, and then maybe start putting that C4 down. He wants to get the confirmation that they're moving at him. Yes. Timing is gonna be a little early here, but he doesn't know that, and he doesn't have the time to wait either. So
I don't know.
No way. Stop, guys. Go back.
You gotta wait it out for a little bit longer. He has bought himself a lot of time here. The problem is, they still got almost a minute until that zone is closed.
Because they have no idea where he is as well. The massive smoke wall. He needed the car pushed. He needed them to come in the car. They were lucky enough they were running in on foot. Oh, it's got one blue zone, 2 mollies.
Wow,
so they're going to go
flashing.
out smoke, so we can continue to deny information. You have to hear the footsteps now as they get closer and closer. He's looking to try and time it. He's not going to be able to stack up blue zones as he's only got that one. Smoke now starts to clear. Blue zone will bounce slightly behind, so it will draw them back towards him now, so he can potentially launch out those mollies across the tank traps. But
not
bad. Quite get the connection for one, but this is going to stop the whole team moving in. Rookie dancing on the edge of flames.
Wow, the guy's fighting alone. Two team.
They're combining onto Vadim. They're just teaming up against it. Kili, where does he go at this point? Oh, he's playing with fire, but he doesn't have anywhere else to go. Rough times for Ascend. Vadim step back in, but ADR has been kept so busy that they haven't made a move at all. This is actually so rough for them.
Yeah, they've now been caught on the outside edge. Nate does come through, anybody's will fall down, and typically all the fight is happening when a top 4 scenario. We're in the placement point.
BZ grenade is a little bit too far. He throw Killy.
Multiple teams have got knocks. Believe the only ones that have the full set the roster coming in towards this one. Nate will come out though. They go down 100 are going to fall though. Vadim able to hold out, able to down, try and get the res. They clear their side of the zone, but it's already pressing in phase number 9. They've got a limited amount of time to restock their heavy util. If they time it right, they might be able to walk on this next fight to perfection.
Really would have expected this to be a cleaner sweep here for Slam G, but they found so many issues on their path. They've been stopped in their
Come on, shoot the point, bro.
for making them work for it, and that's enough for Vadim to find the nades because they don't have space. They don't have anywhere else to be.
Oh
This is
my
just not the
god.
Slam G we expected in this late game. They gotta step up big now if they want to get anything done this game.
Yeah, they stopped the aggression. They completely dropped out the anchor that stopped the move, and now they're pinched in.
Two team is pushing it.
Goes for one, looks for the straight for the second, but he has to go down towards.
Wow.
Anybody's
Nice.
things up. Good play for them. They now continue making the strive. And Vadim have played this to perfection. They got lucky. They came to the crossover. Andre DR took on the fight. They were able to clear that. Now they just need to try and dig up this final player. They pop the smoke. They look down towards that sort of west side. They haven't picked up. They're already moving around towards that northeast corner. And we'll have to believe that they can maybe convert this.
Never lost hope in the 1v3. Gotta stay true to his name here, but honestly,
Nice.
I don't know if it matters. He denies. He's called Never Lost Hope. He's literally called I Never Lost Hope. And he denies in the blue zone. What?
You know, there was a moment he lost some hope there, mate. That's the problem. Actually, do you know what? They were just on the outside edge of the leaderboard.
He's running outside.
The fight, they're going to try and get as many points. And when you see, I suppose maybe Vadim coming in, do you not want to give a point away from them? Maybe if it was a Slam G, could have been a different ending because qualification and all that. But very explosive Miramar, very explosive game number 5. And actually, I do want to go back to kind of the Ascend play. Yes, it was a bit messy in the initial crash, but what a huge clutch from Killy there. Able to use the foldable shield. They had no idea it was there. Run round the car and got fully exposed.
The shot, bro, is crazy.
Conversation didn't make placement points,
Uh,
but arguably for Ascend, you're going to take that game as a victory because you put a good amount of points on the board.
It's another one of those where they can be happy with the points they got. I don't think they can be happy with
Guys,
the
what is
they have
doing
dominant
here
positions
there?
in phase
I don't
2 and 3.
understand.
They decided to keep all of them because they felt no pressure. And then when Win or Die came in with a really good pre-drive, Win or Die basically just driving into phase 2, sees the phase 3 pop, breaches the gas station. Well done by them. Ascend wasn't ready for it at all, and that's why it gets so messy, and that's why they lose so many members there, right?
Nice one.
They can be happy with the results. I don't think they can be happy with the performance, and that's ultimately what matters. But then again, you gotta cut them some slack. Like 3 new players on the team, you gotta just respect that things are gonna get messy. Comms aren't gonna be on point. It's just the way it works.
Well, I'll give it to him. Slamg, obviously, we're looking aggressive as well, but when it came down to it, Vadim was the ones that conquered the final mirror mile. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time to Tego. So don't go anywhere too quickly because yesterday was very explosive.
3 minutes. Was not bad, the match 1. I mean the match 5, by the way. But yeah, it was really bit intense. But not too much like yesterday. So yeah. They have a really bad decision on Miramar. So yeah. And a few players is missing shots too much in far distance, and if they are a little bit more accurate, then maybe it's gonna be change the outcome. So yeah. Change the outcome, change the accuracy.
All these machines still have their chance at a jackpot, so test your luck when you run into one. In
10
addition to
seconds.
this, Erangel is also getting Tego's destructible pots.
And
Breaking
Tego.
these has a chance to get boosts, healing items, throwables, and even secret room keys. So embrace your inner Link and smash away. And speaking of destroying stuff,
Game 5, done and dusted though. 3 now remain. Tego, Rondo before we end things up on the grassy pastures of Erangel. But good game. Most of the teams able to sort of control it. I'd even go back to the early 7G fights and go, actually, you know what, they'll take the 4 kills because arguably it's going to be a lot stronger than some of the other teams that perform, because if you've got caught out in those rotations, and then good shout from bad rotation for them to actually close out, the opportunity for them to even get bodies back in. So lots of good plays, lots of early engagement. I expect the same again coming into this next map, as we do know sometimes the heat's dialed up when it comes down to Takeover.
Yeah, I think this was an interesting game as well. I think this was a good opportunity for a lot of people to learn a lot, right? You learn that you can't just blue res, because even though you have the chips, right, there's a lot more variables to it. You can't just go for the blue chips just because they're in the blue. You can still get camped. We're not die showing that to great effect. And then even if you do get the reses, that might not matter all the time, because where are you going? In a phase 3 that has all of the teams in it already, you don't have a position locked in. It's rough. If you have a place, if you have a compound, it's all good. But I think it was a full rush there just flying in. They have to go into the blue to try and survive a little bit, and they obviously don't have the gear and the manpower to make it out. So a lot of nuances there, Mark, that teams are just now getting the grip on.
Yeah, it's for the changes. People, again, we're seeing this sort of development of the recall system. We're seeing the development of how teams are playing it aggressively and defensively as well. So, but yeah, big shout again to Win or Die. Multiple times we've seen them do that. So for me, you've got to start putting a name, like a sort of tick against their name. Like if you go down to Win or Die and you want to try and go back for your blue chips, you just want to double check before you get there as well, because they are a team that is likely to try and hold out. Them and BB as well. So it seems to be a play style out in that region. Anyway. Game 1 done, dusted. We are going into game number 2, aka match number 6. We are doing a best of 8 here, so it is time to get into Tago. But a lot of these teams, this is now where they have to start dialing things up, right? Because they haven't got as many games left to go. We are looking for a top 8. So it's key now that actually, yes, even if you didn't have the best start today, you've got to convert points here in game number 2.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of choices left. You don't have a whole lot of chances left. So it's getting spicy. We're going into the Tago. We're not going to make you wait any longer. We got game 2 of the evening on our hands. We got an observer flying across hospital. That's going to be a spicy one, because he's going to have to turn that around somehow, Mark. Ooh, yeah, okay. Lamppost, big turn. And there's a plane. Close call, but I like it.
Absolutely love it. Do you know what as well? He's going to that building and you could see he was thinking about going through or going over. The last minute he went through was like, if I made the wrong call here,
A lot of team is hospital.
To a good play part, actually, much better than the first game. It is towards the northwest, goes through the heart and the soul of Tago. So most of these teams will be happy, and it doesn't take long. If you need a good game, well, what a better way to start off with a hot drop where the cameraman was. Ascend.
Number 2.
That's wild. That is wild. Vadim in a good spot for qualification. Ascend in
One team Hossam. One team Fishing Camp.
Locked in just yet. And I already see that not all of Vadim are going. I think they're pulling this off last second. At least 2 of them are.
One team, the Slam team in the Yongchan. So
there was a player being shot in his parachute, but I don't think he's
lot
fully
of
disengaged
team
either. I
here
think
in
this was the one
hospital.
taking a bit of fire. This is a wild location into hot drop.
Yeah.
And it's 2 teams who can't necessarily just throw away a game.
I do like Hospital though. I do think as much as Studio was fun, I feel like Hospital makes sense and it fits into the terrain a lot better. There's lots of elevation here as well. Lots of players will go up towards those buildings and take the higher ground, and then that's even taken into account that on that sort of west side, those hills, that fair party action sometimes comes from there, and you can kind of expose these compounds out on this side. So I do like this area. Interesting that the 2 of Vadim have kind of disengaged. Molman's gone towards that north, so he's got a lot of distance if he wants to kind of collapse in. It's going to come down to, I suppose, Ascend's comms here. Can they isolate out the individual bodies? Do they know where they are? Agnicative gets the opening knock here. And Burn, that could be huge. It's going to maybe dismantle Ascend to a degree. He needs to find a position he can get the shots clean.
Windim against the Ace clan in the
Not
hospital.
an easy hot drop to deal with. They got Melman isolated. And I think Aniko can try and hold any bodies and teammate. As this is a very classic standoff, but I think there's a nade being cooked here, at least being prepped. Doesn't want to cook it all that far, but he gets that nade off. Anybody gets the peek in. That could be game over for Aniko, no?
I feel like they know where each other are, right? So this is the elevation I talk about. So many players will fight up here. Both formats. There's a bait. Anybody steps out to pour in the shot. Aniko takes the bait with full flush, but the guy also applying pressure this way. It's 1 for 1. Anybody's though now having to reposition. He has got the opportunity to get that resin pretty quickly. And now looking towards his north. Now he's the car, sees that rotation coming around, and Melman's not in the quickest vehicle here. He has to get clean shots, lines up, wait for the trees to clear. And opts not to go for it though. I think he's just trying to figure out exactly where he's going to play into.
No, doesn't want to make a mistake. It's not going to be... I mean, these hot drops, man, they're so hard. There's so much that can go wrong. So awkward. And the buildings are so complex. Beyond sees everything and almost gets his head taken off by the Dragunov. That's a big one for Keely. That's a big tap.
He stepped up today. Definitely stepped up today. Never stepped
I
up.
just don't know.
Pushing.
Yeah. I just think this is so awkward for both these teams, but Millman found is actually huge. That's actually big for Ascend.
Yeah, Bjorn is just trying to hold that anchor position, right? I know it's quite an aggressive anchor, but he's containing them. He's gaining the information. So if he goes down, it sort of exposes and blows them apart. But we have to find the information. He knows exactly where they are. It's going to be
You
getting
need
those
a
tags up.
grenade
These guys
there.
now sort of charging their way forward. They need to be cautious.
You
Though,
often
because
have-
between split these two into two parts. Res happens. Flash comes through. Kid sets round. Sees one. Looking for the second. Nade comes
Wow,
out.
nice.
Able to get this conversion as well. Aniko steps up. There's two of them down.
Kileka and Aniko. 2 fraggers in the game yesterday that they won.
No
Oh, that's
way.
beautiful. Hello.
Wow.
See you later.
Was it
Car
stuck?
is stuck.
Nice grenade.
I think so, yes. I don't think they got out of there. Big points again for Ascend. They just caught up now. They just caught up to Nadine. They're both on 28. They're both looking good now here, Mark.
What a play. What a nade. Difficult. Lukewarm drop. They got the zone. No zone does come back down towards that southeast corner. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard though. The calm before the storm. Excluding those points you've just seen here. CSN will be catching up. So they are still
Yeah, winning
7
in
positions.
rank
Power
2,
rotation now
Slam
by
G
Scott.
still won. Beer
Leaf
Fellas
chickened in, unfortunately,
down in
down
rank
as
3.
Leaf moving to
EDR
ninth.
rank
Close.
4.
They still have an opportunity, but they've got to get
Running
games on, as I
rank
say. This
5
game's
right now,
cool for
but
this team.
he's
Up
wiped
there,
out.
10th
They
now.
wiped out the clan. So GM 6,
Bad
Ascend
rotations.
is 7.
The team you should be looking out for as well here on the western side. Making their way on in. The beer fellas, though, looking for a bit of a road camp, I think. 7G just cruising on through. That could get spicy.
It's a good hold. 7G are going for a full send. Now they've taken initial shots. They have actually stopped here.
What's
They
he
need to get
doing?
aggressive here. Does that play into Beerfellas' tactic? I think they were hoping the cards would continue to rotate their way down. Now it feels like sharks are
Wow.
lurking round. He gets one, able to back round towards the other side of the tree. Looks for the spray, gets a good connection.
No way.
There are more
Where
sharks
is the
lurking
where is
in
the support,
Beerfellas'
bro?
way. The camp further down the road. They have
Where
to
is
go
the
full
team,
send to
bro?
this now. Have to keep the pressure up, and all the hard work's already been done.
Oh my god.
So disjointed here.
Where is the
God.
team,
Beer
bro?
fellas, but a third party on the camp now. Belief coming in. You just said they were crucial. They are in 9th. They need every single point, every single frag they can get. And it just feels like 7G is going to be stuck in the middle here, Mark. I don't know where they even go.
Yeah, they get aggressive. They were like sharks. They saw a bit of prey. They were like, well, we can isolate you. The cars turned back around. Didn't play into Beerfellas' game style. Definitely for 7G. They didn't even comprehend that there might be another team playing in from this sort of north position. Sticking the res right in the open. There goes a flush. They're losing the kills. Wesick will be confirmed out. Beerfellas, despite having a great start, arguably also in a position where they can have throwaway games now today, on day number 2. Going to give the opportunity now for 7G just to draw their attention back to the north.
Player picks up a freebie. No one shooting back. Never lost hope. Well, he lost hope in that last game. But he's here again. This time with support from teammates. Going very aggressive, taking a whole lot of risk here, but it doesn't matter.
Nice
He
shots.
closes it out, picks it up. A team ace, 1 for each for Belief, and they walk away with 4 points.
Yeah, 4 points. Take it when you're up. 7G, they having to play the aggressive hand, and it's not really working for them. Again, they just weren't ready for that sort of third party. So a couple of teams already falling. Lots more action. Joven though on that west side. Also now taking the fight. FR has the hard cover, has the compound, but they are split. There's a 2-2, so they have the opportunity to kind of sweep that hillside. See how strong this compound's been, especially for one man. So keep an eye on that one. Wait and see.
Wait and see, we do. Send getting mighty aggressive on this. Looking to
Misses shots.
scout out the compounds.
Wow.
Glide on in. Winner Die hold it out. Winner Die might have been baiting them in a little bit as well. They love doing that. They love to be sneaky. But then don't suffer any casualties. Reset fully, boost back up, and now they can do just whatever they want from here.
Belief. Again, team wanting points. Realize now taking a fight, third party action. BFLers having to lay low. Oh, here's the player works on the outside. Can hear the footsteps going back his way. Keep the little shuffle move. Drawing the attention back. Now, flash comes in. Takes a few shots on the outside. Positions looking for a little bit more of a trap play.
Wow,
There's
they rushed.
There's one looking for a second. Doesn't get
Wow.
the second. It's a 2 versus 1 here. He has to try and dig deep,
Oh
but
my
no,
God.
it's not going to be enough. They close the door. Final call here for BFLers will take him out in 12th.
It's crazy.
Points being distributed to the teams that need them the most.
Yeah.
Belief. Just taking some deep breaths right now. They need this game. They need these points. They love what's happening right now. BFLers, yes, they want to, they want to continue dominance, but they're fully fine with losing a few games here. They've already done the work. Circle goes east, northeast.
Oh my God.
Massive for a Belief that had no space, no
You're in,
info,
bro.
nothing. Now finding themselves on a good edge of the circle. And massive as well for Fight Nights if they do realize that they can flex out.
Yeah. So many teams are in the southwest corner, right? So, Belief, as you say, won't have the information, but when they start working their way around to kind of that Buxan area, that hillside, that's going to be really powerful for them. Expectations then for maybe sit tight. 11 teams, 43 players, everyone mostly in the southwest corner, as I said before. It's going to be a fight to get towards zone. Bad rotation, they do catch one. Samji working their way back now as well as Lyrics gets confirmed. Kadel sees the car, he's just waiting for the pull up. It's not going to happen just yet. Slamji is in that kind of northwest side of Songam. Continue to work their way around.
Ascend is back for round 2. They realized this was a 2-man earlier.
Wow.
And now they want to come back. Björn walks away from the nade just in time. Closing out the angles. Trying to take the space. Taking a bit of damage.
Oh my
And
God.
hello. The absolute Terminator. Walks around the corner. Hello. Just cruising on by. My name's Gedrox. I fly cars. Ascend not
back
looking
there,
good in
mate.
this.
Oh, that is painful. That is painful. Lashlow holds the angle, though. Comes on the outside. Now the aggressive push. Ascend looking for those kills. They're going aggressive.
Let's play.
Like it, but unfortunately, 2 for 2. On win or die at the moment. I feel like they're a team that likes this map. They like how the terrain moves for them, and they get aggressive and they go disengaging. Been picked up here by FN.
Missed
Shot
shot.
his way, but I think he's going to go full send. Unfortunately for him, Belief have already flexed out. They've gone towards Bucks.
Fight Night is full team.
Heading straight towards him.
I still find himself some space, but it's just not as easy to get points as a solo when placement points only start in 4th place, right? So snaking has been nerfed considerably in this mode. We'll see what comes from it. Arctic's meanwhile cleaning up. I think that was bad rotation with nades on the other side of the map. Samji getting the better of that fight. As we are bleeding players here, Mark. 37 alive, phase 2. These early games just keep on popping off.
Bleeding. I feel like we haven't got the bottom to our bucket. It's just full monsoon season underneath. But I think it comes back to that point. You say it is all format based. Kills are critical here. Driven a team outside of a conversation for top 8 at the moment. So they will be looking on towards that compound with hope. Maybe they can pick up a couple of points here. So on the board be helpful.
Frag grenade.
He's the player from 180 yards. Just a quick
Almost.
animation. He comes off the roof. They've got the angles.
People coming from backside.
Angles can only give you so much. They can give you a ton of information, but you don't really get a lot of power into that compound. The bigger problem here is Bubuki on the other side. And yep, there it is. Brings the trap, does the damage. Now he can follow that up with a nade. And he should be able to get something, but no, not closing the gap. Not going giga
So
aggressive
far.
here. He's taking his time with it. He's staying alive. But he doesn't even have to. Just like that, Tilogan is out.
Yes, I could. was the call that he's one shot, took the opportunity to cross the road, using the buildings as cover. Andre Diar with the famous level 3 helmet and vest. It's going to give him the extra buff, the extra confidence to take the fight on. Put himself in a position where he can get into that car as quickly as he can. And again, both these teams need to move in. Andre Diar have already got a foothold in the next zone. So, Joven did the right thing. They disengage, but they don't think they're going to get that chip back. They're going to be playing this as a 3-man.
Yeah, not likely. The question is where they end up, because they might end up in that foothold that you mentioned, right? ADR is only 3-man, and they have Wabuki in a very popular compound. He might be getting himself 1v3, but I say that Urituka loses his car, loses his life immediately. He's not going to make it over there. That's good news for Wabuki, because the worst thing that can happen to him is now a 1v2.
Yep, 3 became 2. A reposition. I'm kind of playing checkers at the moment. Zone does come back towards more of a south side. Buxam is now just on the outside edge. Belief obviously have worked their way around. Winner chicken dinner going for a wide rotation. You saw on the map from a northwest now towards a northeast. So they're avoiding everyone in the zone. I'm looking to try and play a late game. Maybe pick up their points there. Stamji have been in the wars. Brooks is back down. So he's just going to try and find as much loot as he can. And you've got to remember, he's behind this team now. So if they even see the shoot, do they know that they're sharing the compound? Potentially, but back to the fight on the other side, though. Here comes the Captain for a special moment. The first one goes off. Damage is done. So go for that little jump. Needs to try and get the information on the other side. But at the moment, he's dodging the nade. He gets caught out. Sad Kid puts another one down as they roll up. Joven, final player, now remains.
Nice one.
Good dunk.
His last act is running over his own teammate. Not the fight they would have wanted. Not the fight they were looking for here, Joven. They don't want that the way they planned. MG back up to 4, resing Lyrics. I think bad rotation. Also gonna have resed 1 or 2 of their players, so both of the teams from that early fight should get numbers back up. But again, now we're looking at a phase 4 that you're parachuting into. Yes, in theory, sure, but where are you going? Look at this map. Tell me where you're landing, right? You don't have a team in this zone. You're a duo right now from bad rotation. Where do you even go? They're going to the city and they're gonna get blasted.
It's the only option. It's the only option. And actually, it might help for Fight Night because I see the shoot coming in. I'm questioning whether they know Lyrics is there, right? He's in that town already, so they're going to land on top of potentially 2
They're really high up still.
Oh, they are, yeah. There's 1, 2.
Duo there.
They're going to be able to get the information. That KFC parachute is going to be a slight giveaway. Have they found it? They've actually come in behind the guys. Lyrics is played out, and the rest of SlamG who are in this position have also played to the northeast here, Goa, so they might have just got away with this.
Ah, this is wild. I think Fight Night just not spending a second looking up into the sky there, not looking at the respawn plane, not looking at who comes out of it. And that saves the day, absolutely, because again, those parachutes pop early and you just have no armor. We get used to seeing people that shoot at parachutes, right? But it's either in the early game where you don't have attachments, you don't have sights, all that stuff, or it's against an emergency pickup where it's a fully geared opponent. But these respawns,
oh, really bad, really bad.
they are so easy to farm. So Fight Night got to be biting themselves that they didn't realize what was going on there.
And unfortunately falls down to a Panzer. They didn't want to risk pushing in.
Wow.
Solo. Lyrics though launches a nade. Confirmation, that's number 3 on the board for them. And ready up, also crashing in. Bad rotation in the midst as well. SlamG, as I said, the rest of them towards the north, so Lyrics is a dangerous one man. He has to dodge all these nades. He's dodging out multiple teams.
Wow.
What a mess. What a mess on the southern side. Then ADR wants to get into it as well. Not enough that bad rotation is here. Not enough that
5 nights in
FR is
so far away.
Right
The
Fight Night's still waiting on the hill.
ADR. I mean,
This is
I
gonna
think
get so clustered, Mark.
It's dangerous. feel like
That guy is dead.
they're all just trying to leapfrog in front of themselves and the next team and trying to hold them out, and then another team does the same, and they're drawn into attention. So very scrappy now in the south, but now just lost the town. It does mean these teams have to move in. And Levante, we already know how much he likes to shine on this map. He's got MG.
Wow.
Spray.
Nice.
Gets one knock. Nade looking for that confirmation. And Will or Die, we're looking to go 4 to 5.
Classic. Classic when I died, taking the fights, taking the frags. Thing we haven't talked about is the fact that Belief actually lost a player to Aniko. So they knew where he was and they pushed him with a Panzerfaust, but Aniko got a knock and a flush out of that, so that's a big misstep. And that's a double knock with a mortar? Did I see that right in the kill feed? Is
We
Exalt
didn't
just getting
see
absolutely
that.
blasted? Slam G, excuse me.
You didn't see that, by the way.
South side. This is pretty chaotic on the outside edge. They are tracking, but they've got other problems now. They've got teams playing in towards their position. Slam G might get a bit of a relief to get the reses back on. To launch on the U2 where they can. Arctic's in a position where he is resable. The Blues and Nade won't be helping. They are made of rubber that bounces all the way down. Now he gets the angle exposed. I think that's him done and dusted. Let's get the jammer back on and then towards the other side. When we're chicken dinner, already pre-launching again their ability. The mortar, but it's not going to be the case. Getting pressure applied.
Wow.
Now Friday night will go down. Good, it's lots of outside edge downs, lots of third party. It feels like it's a
Five
consistent
Nights
fight
is
at the moment.
eliminated, guys.
No break.
There's no break, and there's no breaks on the win or die train at the moment. Holding down their edge, they're taking their time, they're playing this slow actually, not overstepping, not getting themselves into the sandwich, but continuously sandwiching the outside edges. And that's a Panzer against the
Oh
BRDM.
my god.
See you later. BRDM's the rock, the Panzer is the paper. You just lost rock, paper, scissors.
Good game. We're in top 4 already. Phase 5. Phase 5, so I feel like there's been no breaks to this game. It has been non-stop since the drop. When I win a chicken dinner, they're a team that they dropped a placement. They need this. They need to get the conversion, but they've got the numbers. It's a 4 versus 3 versus 3 versus 3, but we do know numbers don't always mean everything. They have to try and control as much as they can. And the one fight they've got to try and control
What's
now.
Leosh
The fight
doing?
with Win or Die. Leosh nearly getting done by his own car, but Levante does get a knock.
He
as well,
needs
so
the
it's a
loot,
trading
bro.
piece. A little bit of a reset here, but Win a chicken dinner, applying pressure, and great nades starting to come out.
I just praised them. I just praised them for taking it slow, not flying in, making sure that they stay on the outside. And then Leosh just
Nade.
flies.
Great nade.
Oh my god.
Nade goes over the top. Pushes there. They still got Levante with a drop gun, so I would never count them out, but they have slowed them down. They have slowed themselves down considerably here, man.
Levante needs a reload as well. He needs some 7.62 in his backpack. He launches over the top. He gets one. That's a bruiser. No, just be careful where you step, though. We've potentially looking on this one here. When I win a chicken dinner, have the numbers, but they haven't got the
No
MG.
way, he's
He got
lost
the
it.
ability to hold the line.
Oh my
Get people
god.
down, and Win or Die is down to hell of my bad. He's down to a one shot. He's going to be able to apply the med. Zone will shift away. He's going to try and find any loot he can, any heavy U2 as he takes the BRDM, and he might send it back to zone.
It's got about 1% HP. It's now back to 0. It's got him across the smoke, so that's something. But it's not long-lived. Observer, I think, got away with a concussion there as well. That was a lot of explosions going on at the same time. A lot of smoke pushes. Lost his head a little bit. 7 frags for Win or Die. A classic Win or Die game. They're not going to win it. They barely ever do. But before they die, they get the frags. So it's a big one regardless.
It is. It is. When I went chicken dinner using the repair kits, have to work their way in. There's not much train left on this sort of east side. They might have to try and play in towards Belief. Will they have the information that they are split? Maybe go towards that north side, take the ridge and scout a bit of information. Maybe play aggressive towards that shack that's sitting in front of them. First, they need to find out exactly where Win or Die has gone as well. If they overstep and they go in towards the sensor, my bad. If he was going to keep quiet, could have been punishing, but it's not going to be the case now. He's exposed to where his new angle is. Now, what I want to now looking for number 8. As they've also got 7 kills underneath their belt.
He's going to do Panzer
Push for the
first.
Panzer. First person perspective. Drive-by comes on through. Gives them a bit of information about where Hollow My Bad not is. Now the steps are there. The Panzerfaust is there. See you later. Point and click.
So
5 frags for
disgusting.
her story. Not even the almighty Levante could stop them. But I see someone a whole lot closer. I see XDef walked on up. Go Next might be in a good spot to just close out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Last opportunity. Level 3 Vic gear as well. So, best in helmet, ace in hands. One of my favourite weapons at the moment.
50 seconds, the third ring is coming.
I find a position that you can expose him, but they're not lined up. He's not been able to kind of find the backs and packs of Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. So, he's going to try and stay this valley that divides east versus west. Rest to go next further afield. Getting a good week from them. And week number 2. Better performance. I'm looking to try and get the conversion. Is now 3 versus 3 versus 3. So it might slow down. We're off phase 6, about to go phase 7. An opening knock here. That could ignite the flames. We're down to the rest of the teams of taking a third party. Who's going to get the opportunity? Who's going to be the first person to kind of step on the landmine?
Oh my God.
Shots from Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner.
Almost.
Somehow he survives.
They got so little space here, Mark. They got so little to work with. Winner, winner, chicken dinner just pushed across the edge. They've got a zone that's reasonable for them, but again, not working with a ton. Now XDef is expanding his util though. He's emptying his pouch. That could come back to bite him later on. As they don't just have one team to deal with, they've got 2, and Zero Swag on Me is making a great move here. He's getting the angle to try and push XDev out of position. Don't think he can even spot him here, though. That's enough low ground for XDev.
Yeah, he's in the valley, isn't he? They have moved around, so he's going to be drawn back their way. High ground hold, don't. Go next and belief. Just don't need to move. They can literally sit on the outside. They just need to wait and time it. When these two start to engage, when the ignition kicks off, when the spark ignites, that's when they need to try and make the move. Phoenix know exactly where they are. They're happy to keep them at bay just at the moment. But as again, it's going to come down to the opening knock. Sometimes the opening knock will come through quickly. Sometimes not. Go Dev,
Great.
you get it from Go Next Esports. Aid will go back out, but he's very aware he's divided between 2.
And he's got all the support he could ever want. Just like that, second player goes down. Zero Swag has not made a play at all. And now he finally steps up. It's too little, too late. 3v3, Go Next, stay clean. Belief.
Nice play.
Stay clean. If they didn't lose one to Aniko, they could be in a 4v3 right now. Still have a good chance to close this out, but Sunflower is actually going to be really crucial where he just was, Mark. If he gets caught by XDev, the game's hard. If he catches XDev, the game becomes so much easier.
Depends how much U2 XDev has as well, right? Is he going to try and extend towards them? Is he going to go try and get some more utility? I don't know where the rest of them are. No, XDev does catch him as well, so
No
I like
way.
the move. Doesn't quite work out in his favour. How it goes towards Go Next, the favour, the high ground, the position is all good for them. See if they can get the conversion. Belief need to take belief that they can get an opening knock here. Otherwise, it's going to be another second place.
Never lose hope, right?
Just eyes are blue.
Don't trust it anymore. Don't trust it anymore. That guy, he's conflicted. I respect the deny. You know, it's a good play, but yeah, it's time for a nickname change at that point. Flyer and Hope. They don't have a lot here, Mark. They don't have space. They got one rock to play with. They need a miracle.
They need a miracle and a name change, according to you. It's going to be, so yeah, all the cards are in Go Next court now. And take the last opportunity to get a few more meds on. It is phase number 8. XDev now moving his way around. I don't think they're going to be too surprised. They have lost a player that way. Now they have to try and disengage. Aid is supposed to be a critical player here. He's the one that's kind of keeping both the players in sight, the information gained. The rest of them working to a position. No, but believe their heels in.
Come on.
Much damage done, and while the attention is drawn, Pay takes the opportunity to try and now move.
He's got a massive spot here. He gets on top of the rock with a P90. Doesn't even need to use DMR. He just hits a ledge grab on top. And it's absolutely massive. Puts that little 2x scope on the P90.
2 damage.
There's no way, brother. Back to back?
Bros, give up.
Ah. Zoom of
Oh
shame.
my god.
Are they both going to play now for this?
Too much pressure.
Gonex looking for the extra point. Play up. Oh, sees the head now from XDev. That's the attention that he needs to draw into. The 20 seconds left on the clock, but a blue zone becoming his way. There goes a flash, trying to do everything he can to deny Gonex. Haven't done everything they can to try and get the final point just yet. Interesting if that is the play, because the first one to go down. He has taken a knee. He's in towards the smoke, plays out towards. He gets caught slightly, but he does get caught at the end. Gonex will finish it off, though. I thought it was going to be a double deny, but Gonex Esports, 8 kills on the board and the win. Can't take it, but belief, only have belief in second place at this point.
Yeah. It's the name is not working out. He is losing hope every late game, apparently. The man is losing hope every single time. But they also got second place back to back. You gotta give him a little bit of credit for that.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not easy to do, especially that zone. They obviously had that north side. They came in early on that third, fourth party. Felt bad for 7 gaming.
Too much pressure on him in the left side.
Set up that road trap, but belief from that point there, they controlled that north side. They were unable to control the ends, and actually Gonex Esports, though, coming through a little bit more of an organised chaos on the west, they're able to get that conversion. Early aggression, though, send on the hot drop, which is good to see. Win or die, still doing win or die things, and I feel like if we get the Slam G and the win or die continue to get as many points as they can,
It's good rotation.
Force the conversation for these mid-pack teams a bit later on. So we've only got 2 games left after this.
Halfway through the night. 2 games left in the tournament. And the Leaf seems to be the team at the bottom side of the scoreboard making things work, right? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. They got a good game here as well. They got a bunch of kills, 3 of them out of the BRDM here. Against a team that really, really matters as well, right? We talked about it, bad rotation. They were in 8th place. They get blown up by the 10th place team here. That's bad news bears for them. So go next, consolidating with that win. You love to see it, but a lot of teams just around that cutoff that we were talking about, making big moves here.
Yeah, big moves. XDev, though, was key and critical for that win, potentially playing like that south side, though. But that's our takeover done and dusted. We will be moving over to a break. When we come back, as I said, there are only 2 more rounds left. So we have a rondo before we close things out, though, on a wrangle. And it is going to be very, very close because, as you keep saying, as Koa said, the guys are fighting. The ones at the end game, they're the ones that are on the cusp to try and take it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back, though, for round number 3.
So in the match 7 on Rondo. The guys giving up and let the teammates fighting alone. It's a really bad decision what you can make in esport. So yeah, if you fall together or win together as a team, you know. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, that guy. Never lost hope, guys. A little bit disappointing, but it's okay. It's a team member, and one of the team member of like this, I can play with them, like the guy from Warrior 2 matches. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying. He's not fighting, not fighting the right action, the right time. So yeah, It's really a bit annoying. And he's not moving right side, not flank right side alone. So yeah. It's 2v3 is not the impossible, not impossible. Or you are alone and against 4 people, it's okay, but 2v4, I said it's okay, but 2v3s, maybe if you are really good, then you can win that. You can win that. So
very aggressive early deaths and early fights, nothing to be shied away from. But it does mean we have a slight change up when it comes down to the leaderboard, because that mid pack is getting closer and closer together, and we only have those 2 remaining games left. Ascend still holding on to 7th place, with 1 point behind him in 8th.
Slam G,
not a big one.
G and Beer,
for them.
ADR,
they converted that win.
BLFF,
Bit of different
Ascend,
conversation, but they are still
Vadim.
holding on and trying to get into that top side.
Can we talk about the fact that you just use time to Tego as a noun instead of Tego? You're in too deep, Mark.
Love it, mate. Love it.
You're down the rabbit hole a little too far. But yes. I mean, looking at that scoreboard, it's pretty obvious, right? 29 points for Belief, 25 points for Bad Rotation. That is 6th to 10th place. Everything is up for grabs there. If you're 7 Gaming or Fight Night, you gotta win a game. You gotta win a game to close the gap. That's the way it works. But everybody from that 6th to 10th place is super, super close to each other.
I was going to ask you, actually, do you feel like 7 Gaming and Fight Night is now out of it? Or do you think they have to get a win? If one of these teams get the win in this next game, they can still be in that conversation for a top 8. It's going to be a difficult ask. I feel like even if they get the win, they're going to have to get the win with a handful of kills at least.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's getting rough. It's getting rough at that point. Go Next, though, for example, right? They lock it in with that last game. They lock in the qualification. A lot of teams that were playing good games, like a Believe, like an Ascend, they haven't, right? They've done the work. They've put themselves in the spot, but they have not nearly locked it in just yet.
Well, let's see who can lock it in. So we've only got 2 more games left, though. Bad Rotation, winner, chicken dinner. These guys are the ones that will be looking to try and get that conversion in this next game. I think 7 Gaming, I feel like Friday Night are out of it now. I can't see them getting a win. Look, 7 Gaming went aggressive, right, that last game. So if they do it again, if they get the conversion, if they get the win, they've got to continue that momentum. But it only takes 1 bad landmine to step on. Let's get into it, though. It is time for Rondo now. Flight path, though, for this one is a west across towards the east. Another fair and equal playing path, but doesn't mean anything when it comes down to the hot drops as we accelerate our way into match number 7.
Ooh, that was a close one. That was a bit of a yank of the camera there. You got to get the plane at the bottom of the screen.
That's good.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Your expectations are not as high as mine. I've seen that already, but we got a plane on our screen. All right, we got a plane on our screen. What more can we want? We got Ascend and Go Next going for
it's
Jiao
middle
Tin.
flies, guys. So
Go Next is just gonna fly on over. But that's still not something Ascend would want. They still would like to grab that glider to the north later on if it's a circle that's not on them. So, bit of a thorn in the side for them.
I thought that was good. I feel like we should have a little card, little buttons like 8 out of 10. Kowo, 3 out of 10. The only thing that bugged me is he went the wrong way around the track. That was it. But let's see. Let's wait and see. Ascend a couple of shots towards Go Next, but they do play towards that glider. We mentioned Ascend. We're looking for that potentially a little bit later. If not, they have to go down towards that south. Other teams already taking it. Middle of the pack, though, multiple teams are on the drop, and Dantin is one of them. Fight Night versus Jovin. This is a big hit or miss here for Fight Night. They have to win this. They have to keep the bodies up. And the eager, they have to keep their pedal on the medal the whole round. So, good start from them.
Yeah, but if they do, they're right back in it, right?
Yep.
I mean, it would be a massive point injection. It would put them so close to the contention. If they just clean this up with 4 and they start the game from there, then they're almost back in the conversation, you would have to say. So I don't mind it. I don't mind taking that risk. They've only got 2 games left. It's the new point format where you can't really
They only have
rely on
one
placements and
gun.
rotations as much as you could before. So I like it. I like the risk. I like what I'm seeing on the map as well. Ascend putting up a really early EP. I would suggest or suppose they're going to the south because the plane was rather north and the circle is rather south. So they're going to the south side of the zone to loot for free there and then have a free entry to the zone.
My logic, though, I'm with you, is they're going to go to Hung Sang, which Slam G, we can see from the mini map or our little map feed, is they've already played down towards that south. So great play, great understanding, as you say, just to kind of get down towards that south and trying to avoid the teams. I just feel like the jewel of the south is that drop spot. And it does mean that they will be contested there, but hopefully they've got some kind of firepower in their hands. They're trying to take on a fight and they might expose Slam G 1, maybe 2.
What is
See
this
what actually does
sir?
occur. We'll see what happens. Already see a second EP as well on the map. If you're watching the map stream, !map. Get yourself a bit of an idea of how these teams rotate, how they put themselves in the position that you see them dominate from. Win or Die is also going for an EP, but I think Win or Die are not actually all catching it. I think they mistimed that one a little bit, so they only got 2 out of 4 on the EP. That being said, Win or Die, they're in a safe space.
Oh
They're
my
all good.
God. It's
And
almost...
Kovac Enjoyer has to go enjoy some more Kovacs after that one. M4 recoil, unfortunately, giving him the miss, and that could have been a massive opener.
Have to wait and see. It could be an opportunity missed, unfortunately. She's got the information of 1. Obviously, the moment he stands up, there's a bit of elevation time, so he's going to kind of need a team effort. Antex hasn't got a vest, so he has to be careful how he peeks out. I feel like Joven, they kind of know they're out now. They would need outstanding back-to-back games to be in a top 8 scenario. But every second it ticks by here, so they might be taken away from Fright Night.
Oh, this is a wild one. How has anybody ended up here? Does Win or Die have an idea? I don't think they do. Get Rush Levante. I don't think they're going to know. I think they're going to walk into this. Matt Nicottive's going to look for an angle. Hello, my bad might have already heard him as well, though. So this is going to very quickly become very
Why
awkward.
the gameplay in
Another one of those,
PPP
a little bit like the Miramar
Because
hot
it's
drop with 7G on game 1, where you've got so many different
tournament?
locations that you're fighting in. Well, just like that, Panzer and a flush.
1, 2, done. Anybody's going to try and hold out. It's such a question mark about how he actually even got there. Win or Die hunting down. And it's confirmation for both these teams, so it's a good potentially. Win or Die disengage. Now working their way around the outside edge. Outside of the cars. Now, when obviously has already been confirmed out. These guys feel like prey, just looking for their next victim. Not going to be able to find it. More fine, obviously, going further in field. Go next. That rotation up towards 7G. They need
Oh
a knock
my
here.
God.
Doesn't quite get the connection. Needs one more shot. The car whistles away. Does actually catch the back of the tyre. It's not going to be enough. 7G so close. I feel like this week
So
has been
close
theirs
with the
like that
bike.
every
Wow.
single time. The chips have not just fallen their way.
Almost.
Not yet. Not at the moment. Jovin's still hanging around. Still waiting it out. This is a TPP hot drop. As true as it gets. Passban making a crazy move. Moving to a different building. Breaking a window. The most mobility we've seen in
Wow.
that city since the start. As ADR picks himself up.
Nice catch.
Literally fed to him as well. Full send.
He got free loot.
Unfortunately, our teams have made their way in. Ascend did go very late to have pushed their way back up. Slamgy obviously not all there. Slamgy on the other side now looking on towards a bit further up the road, but towards Beer Fellas. So
No way.
before last game, not really be able to put anything together today, but they've done so well day number one. They don't have to. They can just try things out if they want to. Yes, they're falling down the leaderboard a little bit, but I don't think that many placements are up for grabs. I think they've already secured. They'll punch their ticket towards the next stage. So Zephyr rotate their way down 180R, move to another position, try and get the
Trying to shoot the tires.
Quite get the connection as well. Looks needs to be careful, but surely he's not going for an
Missing
overpeak.
shots.
Sad kid. Final couple of shots and they get through clean.
Get through unscathed. For the time being, where are they going though? They got a massive compound ahead of them that's entirely
Crazy.
Have
It's
no-
crazy match.
They might actually
Wow.
Play out nicely
They
for
they
them.
fighting
That
in
kid,
the long range
he was the one blasting
and trying to
Been
kill,
blasted.
get some kill.
by Slamgy.
Every players in the clan is trying to get one kill from far away. So that's really cool.
Lukewarm drop.
They are trying.
Does come part and parcel with this one. Both these teams don't want to really overcommit just yet. Both want to come out this one clear. They are in zone, so there is no rush. Fight Night holding angles. They have to reposition now to try and get the res, which they do. Antex has got a vest now, so opportunity now to loot, but with the movement to try and get the res, that's allowed Joven to sort of reposition here. And reposition, capitalize in their favour, and actually goes back in the favour of Fight Night. They do get the guys pushing on round.
Finally, they picked that up. Finally, they put some pressure on. Could maybe isolate the solo now. The question is, how good is their idea of the positioning? And Texas Lay, well, he plays around with it. He plays with fire for a little bit, but bounces back in time. Keep himself safe. Over Tuka, he can't push. But it seems like Fight Night are not too anxious to push him either.
Almost.
I was worried about that sort of play just on the outside. Like, if they don't try and play around and take the rotation, kind of a denied player, right? It's a 3 versus 4. It does work their way.
He's gonna be die there.
Mass amounts of damage though. Has done, so you have to try and back away. They do get another knock as well. Quick kill confirmed. They are split, so he's not falling away. He's falling away of Fright Night at the moment. Back towards the action though. When Chicken Dinner just on the outside edge. They have received though a knock and confirmed those 180R compound just ahead of them. So again, they're going to be wary, but they need to set the fights. They need to get the kills. Now comes the activation, and there's 1, 2, done. Fight Night. They get the points they needed. They took
Nice play.
a vast amount of time. I suppose they had it because of the zone.
And there's the
G
4
there.
points. There's the start to the game they wanted, and they got it. How much they paid for it? Well, an entire phase 1. That's about it. They didn't even take a whole lot of knocks, so not a whole lot of meds wasted. Not a whole lot of utility wasted. They just paid with their time. And they can now move into a circle that has some free spots for them, I would say. But I've also seen a win or buy on their edge, so that's always a scary prospect.
Always a scary prospect. Guaranteed. Sent to that early rotation we spoke about just before, so that's worked out for them. They were able to take advantage of that sort of northern-ish flight path. FR, huge rotation, unscathed, working their way from north to south and a different style of rotation pathing, but worked out for them. They've got a little bit of elevation. They can see Ascend in the line of sights as well. No need to extend. This is phase number 2, looking for the next phase. Teams will be eager, will be watching.
Wow, guys.
Third party territory.
It's like
Well,
400-500 meter
top squad goes down.
so far.
Now they're going to reposition.
That's
Lucky
like
enough for them,
600
the,
meter.
Bodies up on the high side. Have to overcommit. They have to move. Still try and hold. So a bit more of a bloodbath between those two teams.
It's unlucky for player. Right into the EMT zone he goes.
He have a
That one up for a bit.
MK, EBR,
Back to your car. Back to the
supply,
game.
DMR, MK.
As his teammates smoking out, trying to get away. They meet 7G. And it seems like they don't want to mess with it for now. They're going to keep swinging
You really
around
want that guy.
the western side of the zone.
Swing the way around. The zone obviously does move back. You lose some of the verticality, and we're going to see that many more in the next zones that will come. Go next. Just on the outside edge, and obviously jumped.
XDev is searching grenade, but
away, gave him the freedom in.
XDev don't find any grenade.
Further afield them on the southwest
So
corner.
sad.
The teams have positioned up and taken some real estate that they want. Just have to keep an eye. That water in the south, that's going to play a big part. The elevation by Yuling's going to play a big part as well. But we've also got elevation out on that east. So a couple of random zones before you having to start seeing these teams commit. So I won't be too surprised if it slows down a little bit
What's
here.
he
But every time we
see?
kind of say that, seems to be a dial up for the rest
It's
of
a
these
bit
teams.
too far.
Sam G now taking shots on towards
Bad
their side as well.
shots. 25, 21.
Absolute ADR farm in here by Boostek. He's got 37 bullets left. But he just did, what was that, 20 damage? 21 damage? Hella worth. Hella worth. Gotta pump those numbers up. Gotta push your trial rating. Player is in the next EMT. That's, man.
Following him.
He have a
It's
DMR.
Yeah,
and key.
he's hopping in the
12.
car, he's pressing the W key, and he doesn't understand what's happening. He's not familiar with what's going on. The EMT has now disappeared, and he is now making his move into a zone that doesn't offer that much playable mark. Ascend as well have sent Aniko to scout, but not even sure what you play here. There just isn't that much.
No, I should back towards that sort of northeast, so
It's gonna be die there.
Send the players forward, but now they sort of clash. Though great connection. Burn does get one, finishes them off, able to put up and get the information. He's further afield. Neeks though, the information hits the handbrake. I'm trying to now pop the smoke. I know the team's pretty close. I think that smoke's more going to be a bait towards the nade, but he can move away. Now he can sort of wait for the rest of the teams to move
Ultra
in,
in
but
streak.
that 7 gaming, they're going to be eager for points as well as they look to try and get involved.
Oh my
it's
god.
well. Let's go, Killy!
Man, somebody arrest that man, put him on a leash, whatever. Just stop him doing
With the
things.
car, bro.
What is that?
What's happening in the
He's
esport?
disgusting, mate, I'm not going to lie.
Bro.
He got away with it. That's what I'm going to say. He's definitely had his breakfast this morning.
What's the amateur things in the esport?
Gotta get the smokes
Bro
out,
is
lose a whole
killing
lot
with
of
the
tires.
car, bro.
But should easily be getting that res. That's a car blowing up, I think. But again, plenty of time to reset. That being said, while they are getting this res, 7G is activating on their teammates. Björn's knocked. Not sure if Neeks ever got resed to the west of this. 7G might be cleaning this up.
You need the points, right? That's the biggest thing. There's no blue zones. Just have to open the door and get a nade. And open the door. Nade comes in.
Oh
I come
my
out.
God.
Surprise, surprise. Neek says no. Nade does come out.
Wow.
The door didn't quite get the full conversion. The rest of the boys are arriving, causing damage. Björn refusing to go down. It's kill confirmed. They get to do the same. I'm trying to get the opportunity now
Sealing
to
up.
get med on.
Too much busy grenade, no one.
Barely fits in there.
No grenades.
Not keeping him out. Killy,
Wow.
bro. What is going on, man? How are you just running across this lobby and just running everybody down? The guy just said, I don't want to use my guns anymore. I'm just running people over. Like, I'm not sure what I'm witnessing, Mark, but that flashbang is perfection. If he sees the player, he
Oh
gets
my
over him
God.
here. Grinix
No.
Killing.
barely gets the
close.
better
What's
of him.
he
Just
play,
sees him in
bro?
time.
He took so much damage as well from Slam G. On the
Two
third pass.
car kill.
Well, now Slam G looks to try and close it out. Good kills for 7G, but oh my days, Killy has had his Weetabix today. He's definitely on one. It's been interesting to see. He should, with those sort of moves, keep him on the right side of the leaderboard. But now we are down to 11 teams, 37 players left, and the zone gives up the high grounds to the green.
There is one kill.
He's able to spin around, and it's
The
the second one as
other-
well. Look at that. Nick rolls by and picks up the secondary player. I love it.
There is the second
I'm
kill.
watching a casual game, you know? You're just going into a casual game, 75% bots, you want to do your daily missions, you just drive around, run a few of them over. No offense to anybody in the lobby, but why is Killy getting away with this? He's just decided to not fight anymore and just run everybody over, and he gets 2 in one game.
It's how open
He's
the terrain
trolling,
was as well.
he's
It's not like
trolling,
Carlos
no
came
cap.
out of nowhere,
He's
right? It
trolling.
was open terrain, went across the smoke.
He's just
getting some
joking
cover.
there.
But it wasn't going to be enough though. Lots of chaos, but I think Ascend came out on top.
He's a big troll there. Killy.
Crazy stuff. Again, don't mean any disrespect to this lobby. It's just that you don't get to see this. You don't see this in PUBG esports, unless in TPP where people will see you coming more, right?
Yeah.
It's not like that. Running people over just gets easier. So crazy. I'm still a little shocked. Winner Die is doing the same thing.
Come
As
on.
always, Gedrox is doing the same
Wow,
thing as
nice.
always. He's the one who's risky for the team. He's the one getting himself flushed every now and then. But he's got Levante in his back pocket. That man's going to put up the points. So we're all good.
First point on the board though for
One
Winner.
kill.
You get to try and get more
Nice
of a
job.
position here. There's lots of chaos though out on the
Oh,
east.
this
Teams
fourth
now
team
got
here.
around the sort of higher ground. Nadim will be there, watching, waiting. Fight Night, early 4 points. Looking to try and pick
Wow.
If it has come into shot though, there's one. Parachute puts one down. And Tex though, closing down, has another angle, sees the heads though. He does go for the spray
Wow,
with the
one
M4,
shot,
gets him down to one
1
shot.
HP.
To apply their pressure to flash. Well, now comes back, but he's now taking another step in the elevation. Now he's fully exposed. There's one, nearly taking a headshot of his
No
own player
way.
off though, and gets distracted
way.
enough that gets knocked himself.
Messy fight here at the edge. 3.5 teams. If you look at the minimap, winner chicken dinner wants to get involved as well. Parachute comes around the smoke,
No
finds
way.
one, instantly traded. Everybody's bleeding members here. Nobody's staying alive.
Where
Not
is the
indicative last
guy?
one for his team. BFL is down to 2. Fight Night's down to 1. Trolls needs to get
No
this,
way.
but barely cleans it up over the top. Stays alive, just barely as well. Oh. One tick of blue would have done the trick. They could get these reses here. They're going to lose some of the kills, or at least Lurix has spotted
Slam
something
need.
there. Yeah,
Push it.
spots them over the top. They're going to lose some of the kills, but they're going to stay alive for now.
Yeah, and at least now know there's a third party also working their way in, so a replacement from Vadim.
Oh my
The spray does get him as well. Jeez. Smoke is a kind of a pinpoint.
Lucky shots.
So if you're looking now to get more, sees the second body working his way up.
Oh my
Some more
god.
looks does
Those
catch one as
guys.
well. It's a bit of a bloodbath here for
You
the
need to
beer fellas.
push
So
it.
the final call might be out for them. After all of this though, Fight Night, he took the early aggression. They're just missing out on these kills.
Slam G.
6.
It's doing the opposite. Didn't have a ton of the action, but they're getting themselves a ton of the kills. One more nade would do the trick. As I say that, there is reses on the cards now. That phase is moving, so I don't think they're getting up more than one. Thefty. That's not a res.
That's not Riz.
I mean, it might just barely be. It's, oh, he probably had 1 or 2 seconds left, but then it's just a rest for the deny, right? It's not a rest for a
So
player that's
lucky.
actually alive.
So
Is
lucky.
Levante ready for this though?
Yeah.
Does Levante know? Yeah, that's 2 for Levante right there.
Helmet went flying sky high.
Levante is there.
Beer fellas gonna try and take cover in the train. The
Oh
nades,
my
that's
god.
what it is. The beer
What's he
fellas
doing
already
there?
tapped themselves out. Bartab's gone. They're gonna fall in 10th place though. Fright Night still holding down. Has been addressed. Slam G now know he's there. They go for that reposition. Looks round towards the east side of the compound as he would wait that over. I'm gonna try and catch him. 7 gaming now. Try and take some more kills.
7G,
Picked up one of
kill
Slam G's
confirmed.
and back the way they came. Final player though for them. On
Minus
7 kills.
1 guy from the
7
Slam
kills.
G.
Making up from that
The
last
third guy is
round.
lost
On Tego.
somewhere. We don't
See
see.
if they can make the final kill count.
He did.
Right now, they're going to tab out 9th place for them.
9th place for Fight Night. A few kills on the board. Not enough again. Decent game, but you can't be playing decent games if you're in 12th place right now. You've only got 1 left after this. Just not going to be enough. Win or die are starting this game now. just on their edge. Chilling. Getting the kills on. Belief.
Wow.
Probably not going to be denying to the blue zone this game, Mark.
Yet.
Never Lost Hope's already out, so he does not get the chance for the back-to-back-to-back deny.
MVP of the blue zone is what you're telling me. Right, Slam G down to 2. 6 kills on the board, though. Die looking to try and come this way as well. They are holding that sort of bowl. A bit further down the road, up and over the hillside.
Some bad information.
Zone ends back. Some gaming just behind the cover now. Arctic's using the smoke and using the angles to try and get as much information as he can. Boostic just runs blindly through, trying to find anyone that remains in the smoke.
Wow.
And there we go, another couple of points on the board. 7G will pick up one. The other one goes towards win or die.
From one guy. 1v2.
14 remaining. Lutic with
Liars there.
the Lynx out of all guns. And
Xdev.
Xdev cannot sneak in from the blue because Liar spots him.
Xdev is dead.
He's cooking something up. He was trying to blue heal. Trying to do his best beamy impression, but gets shot down. That saves the day for bad rotation.
A minute, doesn't it?
He wants the car so bad.
So much fire coming in on him. Yeah, just looking towards that sort of east. 7G looking for number 9. Talk about survival game here. Grinix is farming as
What's
a solo.
he doing, bro?
More. It comes in. It's
Oh
the
my
back away.
god. Watch out.
Until one shot. Nate goes back. Doesn't quite get the connection. Levante is going to move his way down the south side. The rest of the boys from Win or Die move in. Has he spotted it? Does he get the sound cues? I don't think he does. He's far enough away. Goes to grounds. And 7G, you're starting to feel like they're running out of zone. They're running out of area. Definitely not in the placement points. Grinix needs a couple more to go. I do like what we see from 7G, especially in this game.
9 is pretty big. It's a pretty large number. But he is going to meet his Levante here. Meet his maker. Levante
The guy's
on 5 himself.
hunting.
Having a bit of fun this game. Walking
The guy's
around,
the hunter.
dunking on everybody in his path. And Belief. Are they really just going to get another second place here, Mark? It's not even outlandish.
Oh my god.
Feasible, yeah. The problem is at the bottom of the hill and they're in really open terrains, but you gotta look at
What's the
one
bro
here
doing in
from
open,
Dinner,
bro?
100 ADR, obviously not going to try
He
and
can
move
shoot
areas as
one
well.
guy.
They've got the links. It just depends on, for me, what does Win or Die do? Do they crash into this compound here? Does Levante try and activate on the 100 ADR? If that happens, then yeah, we can easily see Belief with a back-to-back-to-back second place.
I kind of want it at this point. I am, you know, I don't know if this is Stockholm syndrome or what's going on, but I'm okay with a back-to-back-to-back deny as well at this point. Just you know, get the consistency going. Show us that you can do it. Win or Die is going to win this game, right? There's not a lot of ways that they can lose this game. Levante getting 1v2'd by ADR would be a possibility. They're going to pull up into him here shortly. But Lutic instead is focusing on farming with the links, which is absolutely fine. Maximizing points before a hard rotation. Now they're going to fly into Levante. Hopefully. I hope they don't stop short. I hope they go for the drive-by. And then Win or Die will finally get tested here.
Yeah, Win or Die win, 100%, right? The question is who goes out before them?
90%.
Yeah.
If Wubuki and Lutic get in their car right now, pull up into Levante, they win. They have a realistic chance to win with the 1v2, and then the game is no longer free for Win or Die. But they decide to rather put themselves in the middle, play conservative, try and survive for now, which I think is going to cost them in the long run, because look where they are putting themselves, Mark.
Yeah. Levante sees, takes
No
the opportunity.
way.
So if I get the final connection, that's exactly where they are. 100 ADR, yeah, not going fully aggressive. Wouldn't win a chicken dinner. Able now to see and expose and actually stolen away. So the hard work done by Levante. Well, it's claimed back. There's another kill on the board. Winner chicken dinner up to 3 in a top 4 scenario as well. So if a team goes now, it's worth double. We'll get the additional placement point. That's the kill. Be huge, and there goes 180 here. That's another point in the bag here for winner chicken dinner esports. Now, does the guys from Win or Die take out Belief before they try and crash the compound? That is the big question.
I do feel like Hello My Bad was about to
Panzer.
walk up. No.
They just denied. Why? Why?
What?
Why?
No.
Why would you do that?
This guy is
Oh my
about to
God.
die. You were about to get second place.
What? Why?
What
That
are they
bamboozles
doing,
my
bro?
mind. I cannot fathom, like, why Belief hasn't got the belief in potentially going for a first place at the moment. Like, they were in an okay spot. They could have filled into where 108 were. They could have crashed the compound. And yeah.
We don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm completely speechless after that one. Maybe someone in chat can explain.
We don't see that.
I can
bro.
explain.
Go on.
They thought it was a 2v4. They thought they had second place.
Okay. That's the only fathom. The only fathom.
Yeah.
But
I
why
mean,
not
it's a
wait
meme
out
at this
for a
point,
bit?
but I get it. I got it. Okay. It's not as crazy as it looks.
It looks crazy, man.
But man, the denying is off the scales right now. Like, something is happening.
Something is definitely happening. Well, it was a game that didn't disappoint. Again, Ascend finding... How did he get away with that? Open terrain as well. Maybe the tree provided the cover. Ascend doing well. I want to give big shout out 7G. 7G, survivability huge. Big amounts of kills. Taking the third party, even down as a solo. That is a big game. That's going to close their opportunity a little bit closer towards the final game. Hopefully, it's not like it's been hit or miss for them so far today. Maybe it's going to be another hit, and that doesn't mean we'll have to lose a team out of the top 8.
It's a nice game. By the way.
It's gonna get interesting. We're gonna have a look at the scoreboard later. That end game was puzzling. Quite the puzzle to me. I'm usually a puzzle solver, but this one beats me. Again, I think they thought they had some sort of kill feed read. They probably just assumed Win or Die was up 4. You don't.
That
I don't know
was
why
really
you
a
do,
bit
but
intense.
Fair enough. It's another second
No, we
place.
could
Gets another
play.
few kill points.
Yeah.
Belief is gonna do what it
Or
takes to qualify.
tactic.
So that's the job, and that's them doing the job, I guess.
Well, there is some consistency in them, and that has been to deny. We're going to be consistent and have a break when we come back, though. It is going to be our final round. Match number 8, soon to follow.
That was a really bit in the end game is really bit messy because we don't see what's happening in the left side, but yeah, they are give up because they think or something like that 4v2, so and they give up because they don't think they have a chance, so yeah. Sorry, I was on phone call. Phone call. Oh my god. Oh my god, what's happening here?
When we're chicken dinner, now hunting for 7G. I've taken Everest in front of them. They don't need to move, as mentioned before. They're on a kind of a 2-2 split, right? So, they need to overcommit just yet. Not like a team like Vadim. They need to get points here. And with FN rotating past, there's a temptation. He has to turn towards the bridge. He's looking for it, gets a connection. He'll eventually get the play up. So he's going to fall. But it's only the one body coming his way. That's kill confirmed.
34 versus 34 now. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And Vadim tie up again. And they tie, or 33 versus 33, excuse me. And they tie it up with Ascend as well, so it's just getting closer and closer. And by the way, right, something we haven't really talked about is winner, winner, chicken dinner. They did the same thing again. They skipped the game again. They didn't skip 3 games this time. They skipped 1 out of 8 games. And if you're looking at the scoreboard, they skipped 1 out of 7 games. And they're still on 8th place. They like to play with a handicap, but I would love to see them without one.
They're playing the dangerous game. They dial up the heat. When we dial up the heat even more, the zone shifts back to its southeast. The water does still divide north versus south. I think my expectations are it's going to bounce towards that north side. Let's look at that leaderboard, though.
Love it.
That winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at that, right? They are 32 points. And I said before, 7G, bad rotation. I had him all looking for points. And with bad rotation, getting those early knocks, they will be happy. They find themselves on this left side of the leaderboard at the moment.
Yeah, and the winner, winner, chicken dinner is +1 here. Vadim is +4. Bad rotation is +4. Aniko is about to be a -1. Yep. He's been hunted down. Ascent not ready to converge. They gotta be careful now. Björn wants to go somewhere, but you're not going into a 4-man here, surely. That's not how you want to end the tournament. He's aggressive. They are aggressive. Keely is around as well. Ascent just lost the numbers advantage, but they're the exact opposite. They're polar opposites from Belief. They are so aggressive right there. They want to force this fight regardless. And because of ADR being here, this might become a possibility.
This is going to be a huge possibility for them, though. The fight's underway. There goes the flashbang. Comes out. Nades go back either side, though. Nothing connecting just yet, though. 100 ADR will hold. But it does mean there's a green light, or at least an amber light here for Ascend. Yes, they've lost one, but they can sandwich Go Next into a funnel, and that could be crucial. When he arrives, he gets the initial shots, though. Does he get the connection?
Come on.
He ducks. No, he's able to get into cover.
Oh, that's rough. They needed that opener. They wanted that opener as well. That, on the other hand, is Lalok. I'm not sure where he's going, but he's going straight into Keely. One more bullet to confirm it. Surely Ascend. Oh, they need to connect. They need every single point.
Oh my god.
Keely. Of course it's Keely. To get it back there at the end, Björn finally finds Wuboki, ADR, bleeding members as well. Nobody's coming out unscathed. But I still think Ascend is yet to confirm a single one of these kills.
Yeah, they've got to keep the pressure on. Here comes the nades coming back, though. Björn driving forward. Still no kills on the board. More that util dump goes over towards the top, though. They can keep the pressure. They know they've got a body down, right? So he would take this sort of north side. Repositions, does see the now player behind the wall, sees the opportunity to try and get a point from the board himself, so he will take to a knee and get that confirmation. There's the first point here from Ascend. Now looking for the knock, though, does get it.
Big.
Able to go back in. This could turn the tide. Now they can activate, now they can push forward. Go Next reading the kill feed as well. They're looking to come back on this one as well, but 100 ADR down to their final player.
Down to 1. Neek's out in the open. He's getting aggressive on this one. He's taking a 1v1 here, but there is the team play. There's the flash coming over. Well done, Ascend. When it matters most, they pull it together. They pull the team play together as well. I love to see it, Mark. And I think GoNext was trying to steal that kill. I don't think they got away with it. 4 for Björn in this one. He comes alive. And that is massive for Ascend.
Björn was critical there. Not just the initial push, the third party action at the right time. Gilly's knocked though on the car that just got away. That was huge. But more back to the action though. SlamG taking the fight here. Vadim, who needs, oh no, who needs the points. Jumps out, gets caught. SlamG going to be known as a body down. The shift goes back towards the west. We still have the water divider, north versus south. Everest refusing to give up the zone, but surely the next shift has to go towards that north side. So little left. I do worry if we see a zone middle go towards, give or take cube. Some teams are going to get trapped out on the south side.
Zone definitely comes back north, yeah. But some teams here have bigger issues. Matt Nicodev is huge, double. Huge for him. Things weren't going their way. Boostic now wants to close this out. He's running over teammates. What is going on? The crunch is absolutely real. But Vadim, they needed these points. Mandikative, did he get one flush maybe? Yeah. Lurix is... He kept his head down, you know? You see, his neck's not okay, but he's alive.
He's got a series of problems. They back out and then they're able to get the res. That is some kind of car cover and a half though. Coming in from SlamG. VM need that points though, but they're going down. They've had to opt to rotate. Melman, final player, now going back towards that recall station in Rozhok, maybe crossing the bridge and coming in behind these teams on the north. But back to the angles, back to the action is game number 8, Belief. Looking for the Belief, the knock though. There's initial shots coming through from Flowey. Needs one more. Doesn't get the connection just yet. Nope, doesn't get the connection with the MK either.
So many players getting on by just barely. I love to see this, by the way, from Artix. He was the first one opening that up here for SlamG, going for the tires. Going for the tires on the close range drive-by is not something everybody goes for, but in that case, you pop that guy's tires, he starts spitting out, he's just dead in the water, right? And it is in the end a point. It doesn't go over to SlamG because they don't find the knock to confirm it, but it was a knock. And that's what really matters. So, love to see that. Love to see Artix not getting overconfident that he's going to get the knock himself. Just gets the tire popped and lets his team help him.
Let the team help him. And holding the team together. Killy was on the last team. Last match. Match number 8. We'll be down to the new boys. Right, and see. Got a bit of freedom now. A bit of space. Down to 11 teams on the sort of north side here. GoNext now coming back maybe for the second, for the third time. They're going to be running past Belief. Look towards that east either, so be cautious. Now Send pick their next fight. Towards BR. But reach the fight on as well. The trees provide huge amounts of cover. Aniko goes down first. They can't quite get the conversion back. They eventually do. Neeks now finds himself with Neighbor though, comes straight over the top. And Burnt, well, he nearly gets into the cover, but it's not been the case. And Kitty comes running in, trying to run someone over. See if he can try and take it. He gets initial spray, but doesn't get the conversion. The Send will fall. It's going to be close to the wire. Maybe those 4 points that Burn put on will be enough.
It's gonna come down to the wire. That's for sure. This could easily not be enough. It could be. And it could easily not be. We got Vadim now out of the question. But we got a BR on 9. So that's already a team that's pushing past you, right? And then Winner Winner Chicken Dinner is in this as well. If they get to pick up some of the stragglers there on the south, that could be a send out.
This is worrying. This is worrying. Winner Winner Chicken Dinner move into that compound just on the outside.
EVCD is alive, full team. Wow.
Phase number 4.
GVN2 guy there.
Being to play as well to keep the cards alive. Remember they were here. And they have had this position for quite some time. 7 gaming disengage as well from Everest. They go round towards more of a west. Come across the bridge and now try and hold as we can see bad rotation looking onto their position. No need for them to move just yet either. But with 10 teams, 32 players, and the teams that need the points, they're still in the conversation here. It is dangerous. Someone's already out.
It's 8x. It's that there.
Pocket for SlamG here. Surely... Did they know? It felt like they knew. It felt like Boostic knew. Yeah, he does. Okay. I think they're just waiting to clear that up. Waiting to get the util in. Lurix is gonna check it. Hello? Now it's time to get the nade on in. Doesn't even matter. XDef comes out regardless. He knows he has to. He knows his time is ticking. And Slam G pick up another. With a winner chicken dinner. With one only so far. That's gonna be the second one. No! That could literally be the fight that cost them the tournament, Mark. That could be literally the fight that 1v1 he just lost.
This is, yeah, painful. Painful to watch. Chicken dinner. And now try and hold. Even who are out of the conversation, right? In this last one. It's a lap of honor. The P90 is going to cause some problems as well. All he has to do is delay as best he can. The P90 comes in, gets initial spray, doesn't get the conversion. Now he's in the open edge. First story. There's the opportunity to take the fight back towards him. Zero swag. He'll get his swagger on as he pushes forward, comes out the smoke, sees the play, now gets the spray, does get the conversion. Number point on the board for them.
That's 3. That's 3 points. That's a player going down to the blue here, maybe. Antix, who's behind him. He's got 4 first aids. Very far away from placements. Every single Elim could do it, but Zero Swag, I mean, he already got shot in the back, but was it by Win or Die or Slam G? I'm not so sure, but he's well known at this point. He's got to get across the river, and he's got to get more on the board. That's for Deem out. Honestly, couldn't keep
Oh
track.
my god.
Hello. Hello. How you doing?
Surprise!
Jesus.
That was its taken, by the way.
Difficult. Zone comes down, still got some water in play. Watching for Win or Die. They send a Navy SEAL. He's surprised. He does find someone without any loot. Now the depth charges will go. You know exactly where he is.
No way.
That's kill as well.
Nicely done.
He has been on fire though in this week.
He's been having fun. He's been having fun. A lot of the big dogs not here. No example around. No Hackatory. Oh, that's a kill for Winner Winner Chicken Dinner.
Number 5.
That's 5 for them. 4 for Ascend. It's gonna come down to the tiebreaker unless he gets more here.
I love that your maths is still mathing, mate. My brain has bamboozled. It's been frizzled after the last game.
He's shooting the rock, bro.
More points at the moment.
Oh, it's so close, Mark. You don't even know. It's so close. I think bad rotation. They died on 9 frags, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, they were 5 points behind Ascend, and they got 5 more kills than Ascend. So they're
They
tied.
9 grenades,
And
bro.
now Winner Winner
What?
Chicken Dinner's also tied.
Oh, I'm late.
Unless he gets any more points done.
One more point.
But where from? How does he get it?
He
Placements?
just needs to hold
No
out here.
way.
I don't know why I wouldn't make the run. I'm just trying to hold out for it.
No way.
We get hit. Try and wait it out. I suppose there's an argument if he gets in, gets a tree, but Win or Die's going to see him now, right? It's that rock in front of you.
It's a tiny rock.
No
It's not good
way.
enough for Win or Die. I think we're gonna end up. I haven't even done the maths for belief, by the way. I forgot about them entirely. Have they gotten a single frag?
Yes. I think so. Actually, yes, I don't know, because the teams passed by and they didn't cross their pathing, did they? We saw the shots, but didn't get the
Bad
connection
grenade.
as the car rotated past. So I think they've been left to their own devices out on that sort of east side. But 7G need a big game. Only 1 kill at the moment.
7G's alive.
Get more, but they're also going to need the conversion. They're going to need the win. They're not driving forward for this one. Smoke will deny some information. Will die split objectives. So everyone will keep a focus on 7G. Just keep an eye of a split between Slam G and Belief. They have the compound. They don't need to move just yet. All right, just need to stay clean. They just can't receive a knock. Oh my god, it comes back to them again. What an end zone this is going to be.
At least it's Win or Die getting gifted, not somebody that really needed the points. I have another personal request to the observer. Can we see how many kills Belief is on? Can we just click into one of them for a second? Okay, they're on 2. Okay, they're on 37.
Maths is
Everybody else
maths.
is kind of on 38 right now.
They
a
need one
placement
kill,
point can
probably
easily decide
2
qualification.
kill.
Yeah.
And the placement
Where do
also.
they go? They're going to have to take the fight here with bad rotation. Bad rotation on 10 kills. 10 kills! Looking for more.
No way.
I think
Talk
bad
about-
rotation are in.
Talk about a last game here. Belief gets 7G. 7G taking the fight will win or die. Bad rotation just on looking. Both of them need to move. They kind of need it to be a bit more explosive. On the south side, Slam G, here comes the crash. That's going to disrupt it. Belief
Wow.
activating. They're getting the move now.
We
They're
don't
coming
see
down for this one.
nothing, bro.
Huge
Hello.
though, C4 from Artix though. Jedrox though, and Levante will fall. The rest of the guys need to try and move in. Belief need to get involved if they want points. They went already towards the end here. Bad rotation. They can come on the third party action. Boost it.
They are switched in the right position when the C4 is blowing up. Maybe that's the
This
problem.
is absolute carnage in the compound. This is the new patch in full effect. The C4 breach trying
7G.
its best. 7G is getting it off.
Oh.
7G
Oh
is
my
helping.
god.
There's a guy in the toilet boosting. Can he go for the trade? It's an absolute mess. It's an absolute disaster in the compound. But I'm worried for Belief.
Yeah.
If they get blasted here, if they get naded here, I think they're out.
I'm surprised after that explosion they just didn't go crash into the compound, get involved, get the kills. 7G now extend all the way across on the south side. They ain't got no one behind their back. They can drive forward though. Belief have put themselves in a very difficult area. Now they're going to fight. They've got to dig deep here. Bad rotation at 11 kills. They are running out of smokes and util, so they have a limited amount of time before they need to push in. They are holding onto the outside edge here, and 7G can just punish them.
7G
Guys,
must farm
open, what
everybody
are you
in their
doing in
path, and they're
open,
doing
bro?
just that. They're making life hard for BR. They're making life hard for Belief as well. But who is there to fight? It's a 1v1 in the smokes, and Sunflower wins it. That's huge. That's a kill and a placement.
Yep. Double points. Double
Oh, I think
point.
that's them in. I think that's 7G in, and I think that's BR in, and I think that's just decided everything. If he loses that 1v1, I think they're out.
This is huge. 7G, yes, they've only got the 2 kills, but they're in the placements, but they've got the location. I think 7G need the conversion as well, though, right? I think they need the win. SlamG, well, they were the ignition to end game, and it has been explosive. 7G don't need to extend over just yet. Now they just need to focus on towards Belief. Next target acquired.
They need so many kills. They need so many kills here, 7G. They can't just win the game. Even if they do win the game, they gotta pick up as much as they can. They were so far behind, remember?
Yep.
Compound slowing down a bit.
Probably the
2v3.
7G is gonna be win the game, and
By the looks of things,
Probably-
the compound is just gonna conclude without 7G
probably
really
the
interacting
KS
with
is
it.
not dominated so
That's not
much.
good news
Like
for them.
No, it's not good news. Houston does get layers down. Again, every point that goes away from 7G, it's kind of closing them out. So they need to get aggressive here. Okay, so doing the same. Gren does take the tower here.
in
Five
here,
winning.
the guy need
Expect them to play
to
towards that north side,
flank
really
the
try and
left side.
punish.
So hard
Okay, they
left,
get close,
so
they've got
hard
Blue
left,
Zone nade in there, but I think they've got
so
the
hard
best
left. Like
five.
the two, 3 in the left side, and he can do it. He
Blue
he
Zone's pretty
can't.
rubbery.
He have 1 minute.
Well,
But
he's still in it.
he's still there.
Still in it. Maybe not to win it. Maybe to claim another second place.
They don't
Oh,
want
please
to
don't.
pushing.
Win. Just go for a win.
Just win. Just win. Did you know that winning is actually the best thing you can do?
Maybe.
I don't know why. I don't know why not more teams do it, but
I think I'm missing the trick when it comes down to second place or a third place in the grenade. The Hail Mary approach to this one. So launching.
He have
7-6
one
to-
shot only.
He's run out of bullets. One more remains. One more opportunity to find ahead of win or die. Maybe find Leosh. He hasn't got the helmet. Flash comes round. Flash goes back. He will be fully flashed though, and Fright does work towards Belief. Another one will fall down.
No way. No way.
Potentially head of my bad. Pre-fires, he works his way around. Inks in hand. Looks like a 7G. Are they doing everything they can now in the final game, the final opportunity? But I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Slam is
Slamgy's out. Believe
Slam
denies.
Jesus.
Of course. Of course. What else?
The least they're consistent. At least they're consistent.
Listen. This was 2 out of 3 were good denies. It's just funny that it happens to them. Wait, was it all 4 games?
All 4 games. All 4 games.
Full games.
All 4.
Oh my. Oh my.
Well,
They're
we're
giving
not
up all the time.
Win or die. Shotgun. Hell of my bad. Goat. He's now going to try and hold. 7G don't need to overcommit. They just need to find a win. Here comes the flashes. Here comes the util dump though. Head of my bad. Back towards the action. Shotgun comes out. Does get the conversion on 1. Backs away towards the corner and gets the opportunity to get a med in as more of the util will continue to dump their way around. They're going to get the information. They've got the bodies. They've got to exchange, but the shotgun pretty close. He's going to launch the flash. Does he get the opportunity to swing round? He swings round. He
Oh my God.
Another one down. He goes back to his cubby hole. He's only got 2 more left here, Koho.
Oh, just play the same trick twice, the same flashbang twice. Oh, this time doesn't find anything. Finds the flush. Finds himself the time to get a reload in. Finds himself the time to position for another flashbang. Did he hear the steps before it though? Does he know that he wants to push this? Yes,
No
he does.
way.
He knows. And it does not matter.
No way.
Kazoo locks it in. How many kills? 6? That's not enough, Mark. That is not enough for 7G. But 11 for bad rotation is pretty massive.
A huge game from them. And arguably they came in from quite a quiet side, but the teams were just sort of feeding into their location. I was able to defend, especially taking out a 7 pretty quickly. I felt like that was the ignition they needed. And then they just went full metal jacket across the rest of the lobby. It was good to see.
It's crazy.
I agree with you. I think it's enough.
Bad rotation
I've
killed
tried
11
as
guys.
much as I could. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not confident.
What
in it, but
happened
I
in the
think
angle?
it should be enough for belief, and it should be enough for bad rotation. And I don't think it was ever close for 7 Gaming. They were, when the game started, they were 8 points behind, and a win is 5, and then 6 kills. Sure, that's 11 points, but everybody else was putting points on the board, right? Winner, chicken dinner. Got that salvage on the south. Believe got the salvage on the north. We had Ascend pick up 4 frags. We had Vadim pick up a few. We had bad rotation picking up 11. So everybody who needed points got points this game. It's just a question of who got
This
it.
is the match shot of the esports.
Anyway,
It's crazy shot, bro.
Obviously day 2, and that was game number 8. So full highlights under the way, and it has been back-to-back days of, I'm going to say excitement, because it has been non-stop. I felt like lots of individual plays, lots of great team plays. I definitely felt like day number 2 for me was more about
What skill he played there.
big solo holds, a lot of big
Grenade.
solo pushes, and that might result in teams getting in. Unfortunately for the teams going out.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that was the first deny. I almost forgot about that one.
It's so far away.
Yeah. Never lost hope. The man with the least hope in the lobby, apparently. But a man that I do believe gets to play the Super Cup on the 1st of August. A lot of valiant attempts. A lot of Levante fragging, I feel like. A lot of Slam G, Boostic, and Mogora show. While Win or Die is pretty much the Levante show at the moment. As you said, lots of individual pop-offs. And nothing crazy from any team when you put it all together, I feel like.
Yeah, there's been some really outstanding plays. We've got to talk about Ascend. He's really stepped up today. I know he's kind of that solid roster, right? And he's playing with subs, but he's IGLing as well. And he's being able to pull things off.
He was the road crusher.
Reset for Ascend for me from day 1 to day 2. He looked good. Is it complete? No, but that's what you get when you're playing with subs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like you could tell there wasn't a whole lot of macro in that gameplay. There was a whole lot of we go aggressive, we drive by, we go crazy, all that kind of stuff. And it worked sometimes.
Levante grenade.
Well. And I said when you asked me at the start of the day, right? I said I think they make it, but I'm more sure that it's going to be close than I am sure that they'll make it.
That's what I'm saying. This was the game. Bad rotation in from the start. Then they moved towards that sort of northwest, and obviously they got the EP. They went to North Georgia. It was quiet, and then after that Ascend fight, for me, that's kind of when it went really aggressive for them, right? Lots of chaos, but it's to be expected. You because it is the final game of the day. Again,
That's crazy.
It was that final push though, wasn't it? Towards his compounds. Slam G, they were the ones that activated. But eventually, it was 7G that was last left standing. And as you say, I don't think it's enough. They needed more points, really.
It's crazy.
They needed to either get some of those bodies coming in from that north side, or at least engaging a bit more earlier to be in a chance to get in.
Yeah, it came fully down to the wire. I don't think it could have gotten a whole lot closer. I already had, I think, a good idea of how the leaderboard looked. We're going to get a glance of it in a second. The admins are just making sure that everything is correct, because we do have some ties in some parts of the leaderboard, so no spoilers there. But I think what we can say is Win or Die gets the win in this tournament. They get consistently enough. They outfrag everybody else. No surprises there. I feel like they were way more consistent than Slam G was in this game, and Levante was just insane.
I think Levante really, I'm not saying he stepped up because he's always been a solid player, but he has really shined this event, right? He's been by himself or in amongst the rest of the team, the one that has been putting massive kills on the board. He just seems comfortable. He's using the smoke to his advantage. You can see him using the tricks, even there's a couple of jumps, and then that hold on Tego. Both of those Tego games, insane. But the one yesterday, where he held off not just 1, 2, 3 teams crashing in on him, he was the final body. And we go back to how he held that car. Obviously, the player played really wide from go next, right? And that was a little bit of an opportunity for him. But he didn't step away from the car. He knew he had pressure. And it's just those little things that when you put them together, that can make a massive difference. And he just really shined for the team.
It's something that's super interesting to this TPP format is players get a little bit more information. I'll hold that point. I'll talk about it later. There it is. The tie was for 8th place. The tie was for qualifications. And Winner Chicken Dinner has more placement points.
EDR, GN, BLFF,
in.
bad rotation,
is 2 points short,
VVCD,
and bad rotation
ASAN 7G.
made it by 2 points ahead. Believe 3
Day
points
2.
ahead. We can chuckle about Believe's denying throughout the entire day, but they might easily have denied the points that would have put them out of the placement.
Thank you guys for coming and watching to my reaction stuffs in PUBG. So next day or the next time when I catch the cup, then I still gonna be here. So yeah, thank you guys and have a great evening and enjoy your games. So have fun. See you.